valuing their PS4 purchases. For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers. Guess that's a good thing. We believe in the model that people embrace today with PlayStation 3 and continue to demand. Just heard you there. When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever. In addition, PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play. Or for any type of authentication. If you enjoy playing single-player games offline, PS4 won't require you to check in online periodically. And it won't stop working if you haven't authenticated within 24 hours.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
In addition to creating an amazing library of new titles on PlayStation 4, we're equally focused on delivering what gamers want most, without imposing restrictions or devaluing their PS4 purchases. For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers. Guess that's a good thing. We believe in the model that people embrace today with PlayStation 3 and continue to demand. Just heard you there. When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever. In addition, PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play. Or for any type of authentication. If you enjoy playing single-player games offline, PS4 won't require you to check in online periodically. And it won't stop working if you haven't authenticated within 24 hours.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
プレイステーション
And it
All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new here. Pardon me while I actually turn this light off. The red is not because I'm going to Nintendo. Let's just say that first and foremost. Okay? Please don't be mistaken. Don't be mistaken. That ain't why. Yes, welcome everybody to the stream. Really appreciate you guys joining me today. Appreciate you waiting patiently while we take a little trip down memory lane and remember the way Sony was. Not today. Not today. No, not today. First and foremost, I have to shout out that Ride or Die Jedi guy. Like that name. He became a member. The way things are going, I'm going to be changing up the look of this channel very soon, very, very soon. So thank you for that. Yes, we still have PlayStation member badges. Come on, Sony. You can still do it right now. You can do it right now. Walk it back. Reverse. Put it in reverse. You could do it right now. But you won't. Because instead, you'll tell us to buy your Fightstick. Boy, oh boy. What are those things laying against your PS5 Pro? What Sony took from us. That's what they are. That's what Sony took from us. That's what they took from us. Bro, do I have your attention? Yeah, I mean, as much as you can get it in a chat right now, that's moving at a decent pace. Yes. I have a couple of super chats as well. I want to make sure to read those so I don't lose them. Hold on, let me do a couple things here. Sorry. I have to pull out the chat. Gotta make it a little bit easier to read here. And it says appreciate it. Well, appreciate you supporting, man. Who's down to help me make a video that tells the government we need their help? I mean, yeah, that's like the next course, but that's going to be a whole nother can of worms. But Sean Shaw says, it feels like I'm living in a different timeline, that MBG is talking smack to Sony. Mind you, I came to know MBG on Twitter during The Last of Us 2 days in 2020s. Yeah, I mean, this is not the first time. You know, I went scorched earth on Sony and mainly Naughty Dog. It's mostly directed towards Naughty Dog with The Last of Us Part 2, but, you know, people thought that was just, like, bandwagoning at the time, yet today I'll still tell you, like, I don't like the story of The Last of Us Part 2. We also have, let me see, Kaz Jam. He says, I don't understand why some fans are annoyed. We want physical games. It does not hurt them, and they can still buy their games digitally if they want. Yeah, this is the biggest problem that I'm still currently running into. And Josh, yeah, thanks. I do have that video. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it on stream or not, but I'll definitely check it out a little bit later. Did you see they're offering 50% off for PlayStation Plus? All right, hold on. MBG, you're a clown on X. Who are you? Your username is just a bunch of letters. Who are you? I'll tell you what. You're somebody who's not welcome on this channel. There you go. Anyway, I'm trying to get Asha Sharma's attention. 50% off PlayStation Plus. 50%. I told you guys. Is that true? I haven't seen that. Is PS Plus on sale today? Is this true? Hold on, I got it. Fucking neck is bothering the shit out of me. Sorry. I'm looking it up now. I'm seeing if I can find it. Don't mind me leaning back like this. It's I don't want to lean back like this. It's the only way I can get my neck into a like more comfortable position. Hold on. Irfan, let me see. PlayStation Plus offers rare 50% discount to users quitting. SIE is offering extremely rare 50% discount on PlayStation Plus subscriptions to select users who are canceling their membership. While this is a targeted offer, as always, a 50% discount is almost unprecedented in this console generation. Users on Reddit have reported receiving up to 50% off on 3 months of PS Plus Extra subscriptions. From what we've gathered, 12-month subscriptions are only up to 25% off, though there are reports of 33% discounts as well. I told you guys. I told you. Like, Sony doesn't do shit like this. They don't do shit like this. They don't do shit like this because they know they don't have to. But maybe now they do. Because, oh, look at that. People are unsubscribing. They're losing people. Maybe they're waking up and realizing, like, actually, yeah, you need the support of your most loyal and core fans because they're the ones who made you who you are. Mark, you're saying, MBG, be careful. You're crashing on Twitter and spamming Sony tweets like every 10 minutes. We get you're frustrated, but Sony will course correct. Well, yeah, I mean, look, man, for the sake of my own well-being, I probably need to chill out on Twitter a little bit, but it's annoying, dude. Like, it's really, really annoying. You know, at this point, I would be yelling more. I would be crashing out harder. I don't have it in me because I don't feel well at the moment. So I do apologize. Trust me. I put as much energy as I could into my video. So, you know, don't mistake my calm demeanor for, you know, like complacency, I suppose. But, you know, the reality of the situation, from what I can tell, is that Sony really do believe they are in a position. And, you know, we've been waiting for over a week. We've waited for over a week for Sony to respond, for Sony to acknowledge the fact that their last post is sitting well over 160 million views, has been ratioed to the sun and back 3 times over, and the complete outcry, you know, the complete meltdown of, you know, regardless of what the imbeciles on the internet, you know, the bootlickers want to say, a large portion of their fan base, and even beyond their fan base, just a large portion of the internet and just the entertainment medium as a whole, really bringing down their frustration and their ire on Sony. And, you know, it's been over a week. They've had more than enough time to decide what it is they want to do. Their decision was, we're going to put out a post about our fucking Fightstick, telling you to buy it. It's like, you had an opportunity to not do that. You had an opportunity to make sure that your next post across not just Twitter, but all your social media is getting everybody's attention and saying, we're sorry. We're not going to do that. That was the opportunity they had. And instead they just said, meh, why don't you give us more money? Why don't you just give us more money? Is that better? That the answer you guys were, no, that's not the answer you wanted? Well, that's the one you're getting. And I get it. What happened to the Wolverine poster? I shredded it. No, it's just laying over there in the other room. Could they still reverse course? Yeah. Is there still time? Yeah. But, you know, I'm encountering quite a few people and they're like, well, you're just crying. Quit your crying. You know, this is a small group of people. It's a very small group of people. Sony doesn't care. Fall in line. You know, the market has spoken. And to that, I say, you are part of the problem. You're the reason why we're here. I know people don't want to hear that. People get annoyed at that. By the way, thank you for the Jules Jedi guy. You're saying, need your opinion, bro. What realistically happens if Xbox locks in with us with physical media for the Helix lifespan? I mean, I tweeted at Asha Sharma. I made it as clear as I could. I said, you announce Helix ships with a disk drive. You announce that you're going to have physical next-gen games. You do that, I'm a day one Helix buyer. I'm not saying that solves all the problems. It doesn't solve all the problems. But I'll tell you what, Microsoft, now is your opportunity to return the favor that Sony sent you back in 2013. Xbox is already on the full digital path. Yeah, but these companies have the power to easily reverse this stuff. Yeah, you know, it's not going to be the Sony exclusives, but it's one of these things where honestly, like, if Microsoft were to make this announcement, it would be an amazing dunk on Sony, but it would force Sony's hand. And that's what it comes down to. You know, this isn't about pledging my undying allegiance to Xbox. I've already been down that road, and fuck that. I'm not pledging my undying allegiance to any bullshit, any companies, anything. You know, that's nonsensical. But what it is like, you do this, you'll earn me back as a customer. And more importantly, you'll roundhouse Sony on my behalf and on behalf of many others. And hopefully Sony will wake the fuck up and realize we should care. So all you're saying, only way now to go is Sony building. Oh, wait, hold on. The only way to go now is to go to Sony's building and throw eggs. I don't think that's going to work. No. So, like, my decision on this matter, everybody's got to make their own decisions. You know, people are getting pissed off at me. They're getting annoyed with me because they're like, well, you know, like, you're just all about attention, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, dude. Like, I've spent the last fucking 6 years making PlayStation news videos, doing PlayStation streams, covering PlayStation. It's not just about that. I could have easily just been like, oh, I don't care. And continued about my, business. That's the reality of it. No, this is a matter of like, this was one of the things that I cared about most about PlayStation. And they were just like, nah. Sorry. Buy our Fightstick. Give us more money. So this is why, like, my stance as of right now is I'm done with PlayStation. Like, I'm not giving them another cent for anything. I don't give a shit about GTA. I don't give a shit about Wolverine. I'm done. Like, if what Sony did today is indicative of this is our response to you. You know? This is like, oh, everybody's upset and they think we should backtrack? Buy our Fightstick. Bitch. That's where I'm like, I'm out. I'm out, dude. I'm not spending another moment on anything Sony related. And I don't care. Like, are there studios that are going to make games that I would like to play? Sure. It's not about that anymore. I'm a grown ass man. I don't need anything they're trying to sell. Okay? I feel a little bit sorry for some of their studios, but I'm sure. But hey, if what the shills online are telling me, they'll be just fine. They don't need me. They don't need me. They don't need you. They don't need any of us. Apparently, okay. Mach Queen Ninja, you're saying even if Sony put a $10 upcharge on physical, would be better than taking off the menu completely. Do what Nintendo's doing. I mean, I suppose, but I'm just kind of fucking over it right now. At least that's how I feel today. I'm fucking over it. Like, I'm tired, man. Like, when's enough? Fuck your wallet. Fuck your bank account. I get all these people, they're coming at me like, oh, well, gaming's a luxury hobby. Like, I don't fucking care, dude. Shut up. Like, I grew up fucking gaming just like everybody else here. The fuck are you talking about? Wake up. Wake up. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough. These games, these products, these studios, they're going to continue to be weaponized against you. And I get it. People are going to point to me and be like, well, you cheered this on for 6 years. Sure, yeah, I made a fucking mistake. Maybe it did take me too long. But this is the fucking straw that breaks the camel's back, man. I hold on for too long because I want to believe things are not going to go that way. There's still time for things to change. But here we are. The biggest fucking calamity I've ever seen for PlayStation in my time covering them. And they couldn't be fucking bothered. They couldn't be fucking bothered, dude. They spit. This is why I fucking titled my video the way I did today. They fucking spit on you. They look down upon you and they spit on you. They say, pay us for that. Pay us for that. And I get what people are saying. They're like, well, they're not forcing you to do anything, MBG. Just walk away. And yeah, of course. Of course. But, the fact of the matter is I have a platform here. And if I believe there's anything I can do to change the outcome, I'm going to do that. And I implore anybody else to do that as well. Critical Smoker, thank you for that donation. Kyle Say Stuff, you're saying I lost so much money on stock today, man. Micron and SanDisk stock crashed by almost 40%, and I'm trying not to panic sell. Sony's also shit. Life, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's sorry to hear that, Kyle. That sucks, bro. Mark, you're saying, MBG, I respect that you're not compromised and you're keeping it 100, even though I'm a digital gamer because I have a digital PS5. I support all the Backlash. Well, thank you, Mark. I do appreciate that genuinely. Because the amount of I realize now that the stance I've had with Xbox players is now the same stance I have with PlayStation, where there's two types. There's just the normal gamer, man, like the normal Xbox and PlayStation gamer that, they're just like, I don't really care that much about this stuff. I'm just going to do what I want to do. But I'm not going to be a dickhead. And I'm not going to be corpo bootlicker. And that's fine. Like, my ire is not towards those people. And the only thing I'll say to those people was like, if you ever have, if you find yourself getting deeper into it and more interested, maybe, listen to some of these things sometimes. And you'll realize that there's a little bit more to it here, and you do have the power to influence the outcome. And that's all, outside of that, it's like, but hey, man, you do you. And that's perfectly fine. My problem is with the other types of Xbox and PlayStation fans, where it's like and I realize now that it makes sense, where I realize now I see I was kind of standing on that side unknowingly a lot of times, where it's like, why are you defending? People would say this to me, and I didn't quite understand. I didn't fully understand. It's like, I'm not defending a company. It's like, no, listen. If you're giving them your money, that's one thing. If you're giving them your money and trying to question why people are not happy with them. That's another thing. And I realize, yeah, that is the completely wrong mentality and mindset, because it's like, look at where we are. Look at what this was the wake up call for me. Some may say it's too little, too late. To that I say, yeah, you're probably right. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but it's like, yeah, that's why like so many people they've just already, they're like, we've been down this road before and it only ends one way. And seeing Sony's response today makes me believe that. The response that I saw from Sony today makes me truly believe that, where it's like, wow, Christ, like, it is that bad. I just, my neck. Boss is sneaky. Boss knows how to get treats for me. He knows if he walks dangerously close to my computer and he could just perhaps accidentally rub against it and turn it off, he knows I'll immediately give him treats to get him to stop. The game is rigged now. Damn it. Kyle, you're saying, if due to this Sony fix PS7, will you be back? Like, I'm assuming you're asking if Sony were to fix this with like the PS7, would we come back like during the PS3, or like maybe if Sony reversed it like halfway? I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to be completely unfair. I'm just gonna match the energy. Sony, you bend over backwards for me, you'll have my money. You'll have my support. You want to look down upon me and make it clear that we don't need you, I'm out. You ain't getting a fucking dime from me, buddy. Like, and to everybody else, I recommend you do the same, because they're letting you know what they think of you. And if people want to say, well, don't take it personally, it's just business. It's like, bro, it's like, we're the fucking consumers. Like, what's up with these weirdos who want to remove the human factor from business? Like, there isn't such a thing as good business and bad business. Newsflash, this is the way it's always been, and the way it always should be. At the end of the day, it's mostly human beings running these businesses and corporations, where they're supposed to be human beings. It's called decency, man. It's called just like baseline fucking respect. People give you their money. It's not to say you're not working hard and you're not trying hard, but people give you their hard-earned money, man. They could be giving it to anyone else or anything else. And you're just like, like, you just spit on them. Fuck that. And that's the crazy thing, is there's just these people that I'm encountering are like, spit on me. Spit on me, Sony. Step on me. Wabu dude, thank you for the super chats, buddy. You're saying, I understand your feelings about the situation. However, now that you've stated that you are done with PlayStation, what will the channel look like moving forward if Sony doesn't change this course? Will it become a Sony hate channel, which it deserves to be, a Nintendo channel, or the MBG show talking about games / things you want to talk about in the industry? Well, I mean, obviously it's a big deal for me, where I've based my channel around PlayStation exclusively. Not necessarily exclusively, but 90%, like 80 to 90% around PlayStation. Something that has been happening more and more over the last couple of years, though, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, maybe not reflected in my videos per se, but certainly reflected in my streams, is that we've talked about many, many other things. You know what I mean? Dude, the amount of times I would come in, and you guys know this, where it's like, I have 3 topics we're going to talk about, and we'd like never talk about any of those topics, and I'm like, oh, I got to change my title and thumbnail. There has been a lack of focus on the channel, and this is a big reason for that. I think a big reason for the lack of focus is because I've been holding on, and this is where things do get a little bit depressing on my end. And I know I'm not the only one. And I'm not necessarily like asking you to support this, like if it's too depressing, I get it. And who knows how I'll feel as time moves forward. But like, I've been holding on to PlayStation because it really is one of these things where, like, yeah, I don't really want to leave. As in, like, there's nowhere else I want to go actively. I'm not interested in becoming a Nintendo channel, even though my lights are red right now. I'm not. I'm like pretty open to trying things on PC at this point. If anything, just to fucking spite Sony, and the fucking bootlickers at this point. Like, I am at that point where it's like I almost want to do it out of spite, but I can't pretend that like there's this insane excitement. Like, I can't wait to do PC gaming. Like, and you know why? It's because I'm becoming completely disillusioned with gaming as a whole. And that's why I've been holding on so hard to the PlayStation side of things, is because like I wanted to believe that going into next gen things would be better. That like Sony made their fucking mistakes during the PS5 gen. They've learned from them, and they're going to understand that it's going to be difficult to sell the PS6, and people are not really that high on the PS5 right now. So you put all that together, you're going to have to work really hard. You're going to have to really win us over, and I'm finding out before the generation even starts, which I guess thanks for the heads up, Sony. I'm finding out that it's like the opposite. They're like, no, dude, we don't give a fuck. You're going to eat everything up. It's like, what? No, like that's not how this is supposed to go. And I get it. There's people that can be like, well, this is the message you sent them all gen. And it's like, well, if that's the case, then I'm cutting it off. Now I have a year and a half to send a different message, as does everybody else. This is how Sony sees us, man. We're expendable. We're just a number on a fucking chart to them. And I'm not naive. Like, I know they're a corporation. I know that. But I always thought, like, you guys aren't going to fuck up that bad. Like, come on. You already made these mistakes before. There's no way you're going to repeat them. But when you realize that there's no one there to push them, there's no one there to check them, there's no possibility of them being blindsided, there is no competition. Or the closest thing to competition at this point might be PC, where Sony made it clear how they feel about that. Spickspan with the $20 chat. Thank you, buddy. You're saying we've won this battle, just keep pushing back. Their immediate response means nothing. Remember in 2013, Xbox dug in their heels and went on a tour pushing the DRM, saying that they couldn't just flip the switch and turn it off. Oh, I agree. The battle's not over. I'm a little bit subdued today due to how I'm feeling physically, which is annoying. It's annoying the hell out of me. If I wasn't feeling so bad physically right now, I would be probably yelling and screaming. You'd be getting those rants, but I gotta chill out for the sake of my health right now. But yeah, no, it's not over, man. I wasn't planning on. I didn't know if I was planning on going full boycott mode. Like, I was still kind of on the line. Like, maybe I'll still buy Wolverine physically, make that my last game. Still buy games physically, but at this point, it's like if Sony really is just going to ignore us, they're not getting a dime from me, dude. Not buying a PS6, not buying GTA. You can shove it. You can shove it all. I don't need any of that. Sorry. Oh, you thought I needed that? Sony, what do you think? You're treating us like fucking like drug addicts or something? We need to get our fix. I need my fix, man. No, I'm good. Like, I can find other things to do. It's okay. I trust me. I don't want it to be this way. I've always had a passion for video games. I probably always will. They're such an important part of my life. But it's like, I'll be damned if I'm gonna have a company so blatantly hold it in front of my face and disrespect me and everybody else. And like, oh yeah, you're and that's why I put the tweet out that I did today, where I'm like, dude, Sony's looking around. They're like, there ain't nobody around to push us. What are you going to do? You're going to leave? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to leave. You hear that? You hear that, everybody? They're going to leave. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? And that's where it's like, this is less about leaving and more about, I'm just not going to give you any of my money, time, or attention. You need those things. You need the monthly active users. They need all this stuff. Everything they need. See, that's the difference, is we don't literally need what Sony's giving. They need us. That's the reality. And for them to take this stance, seemingly based on their response today, for them to take this stance where we're just going to proceed as if nothing happened, they made it very clear. They're telling you, we don't need you. And I see these fucking, these corpo cocksuckers, bro. They come out on Twitter and they're like, yeah, just fucking leave, bro. You think Sony gives a shit about you? Huh? You think anything's going to change? And it's like, dude, have fun, bro. Have fun paying 80, 90, $100 a pop on a fucking closed digital storefront where this company is going to fuck you in every direction and you're going to thank them. Have fun. If that's what the people are advocating for at this point, those people, they can keep it. And if that's what makes Sony successful, then all the more reason why I want nothing to do with it. Then I know I'm making the right choice, because it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse at that point. Let me see here. Hold on. Josh Z, you're saying what Sony is doing is their own version of hard power, getting people to comply through force and coercion. Is that the word? Yeah. Yeah. And that's why, like, I've resorted to a point where I'm trying to get Asha Sharma's attention. I'm hoping the PlayStation community can possibly get Asha Sharma's attention, because I don't think she's aware. You know, she's dealing with a lot of things with the Xbox business right now. And God, it's a shit show. Like, she's trying to clean up what looks to be the biggest fucking bout of explosive diarrhea we've ever seen from from the Xbox division. But I want to get her attention, because I want somebody to get her attention, to make her, like, show her the clips, roll the tape, sit her down and make her learn. Guess what? You know why Xbox is in such a bad position today? This is what happened in 2013. And what was your main competition at the time? Your main competitor, Sony, they fucking humiliated you. They shoved you to the ground and rubbed your face in the dirt. They basically curb stomped your ass. And you're still trying to recover from that today. It would be great if Asha Sharma woke up and realized that we have the biggest fuck you, like, potentially locked and loaded it's in the chamber right now, that we could send directly to Sony. Return the favor, Microsoft. Return the favor. Now's your time to do it. And I encourage it, because Sony needs it. They need it more than ever. Unholy Mayhem, you're saying, I'm keeping all my PlayStations and will only buy physical on PS5, but when 2028 comes, I'll be buying a lot more on my Switch too. I'm planning on picking up a Evercade Nexus and Steam Deck. And I can respect that. You know, like I said, only Unholy Mayhem, people just got to do what they got to do. I mean, to kind of go back to what Wabu Dude was asking, like, I'm not sure exactly what my future trajectory is. You know? Like, I'm just seeing the way things are playing out. I'm taking it day by day. And, you know, the new development today, an unfortunate one, is that, you know, they seemingly don't care. And I'm waiting. Like, is there still a chance? I mean, who was it that pointed it out? They were like, well, listen, man, we can continue to push back like we did during the Xbox One. Microsoft did their whole thing. You know, they did their whole thing where they tried to dig their heels in, and people just were like, nope, we could do that. We could. Damn. That Ride or Die Jedi guy just dropped $100 super chat. I will read that in just a moment, my friend. Thank you so much. That's extremely generous of you, man. Thank you, bro. Was not expecting that. I'm sorry if if I seem very unanimated right now, it's because I'm having some weird feelings in my head right now. So hopefully Sony's going to make me pass out live on stream, bro. I do apologize for my lack of animated reaction right now, but just know I really do appreciate the support. That's incredible. Thank you so much, man. I do have a couple more super chats though that I haven't read yet. MBG, you're being depressing. Gamer, don't game. Buy what you want and don't buy what you want. I don't want me too much emotion. Zanarkan says, MBG, what the fuck is this fight stick? For fans to use on Sony to teach them a lesson for treating PlayStation fans badly with physical games. It's a $200 fight stick too. They have a game. They're sabotaging their own game too, by the way, with all this. They're sabotaging it, man. It's depressing. Fraser, you're saying, will you buy Wolverine? Right now, no. I'm not buying. I'm not giving Sony another dime. I'm not telling you guys you have to do that. I know some people are getting a little bit tired of me. I mean, if you want to send the greatest message you can to Sony, that's what you do, but I'm good. If Sony comes out and reverses course, yeah, I'll buy Wolverine. A game I've been looking forward to, sure. I'll buy it physically. But I just can't do it, man. Like, this is why I'm saying I'm becoming completely disillusioned with gaming, where it's like, what is going on? How have we gotten to this point? It's hard to accept, because it's like, why is it this bad? You know? I mean, I look around and I'm like, I know there's some things that are a little bit better here and there, but it just feels like as a whole. Again, I know it sounds depressing, but people use the term in shitification. And that's what it feels like. It feels like the entire industry has been in shitified, bro. And I've been holding out this hope that, like, no, it's gonna change. It's gonna turn around. And it's like, look at what's going on, man. It is gonna change. It's gonna change for the worse. $80 digital only fucking games on a closed storefront from a company that doesn't care. Kyle Say Stuff, you're saying, I would love you to be just in all gaming in general. At the rate things are going, that's probably the direction it's going in. I don't know that I'll. Right now, I mean, I have a lot going on in my life right now too, so I won't lie, it does feel a little bit easier to kind of cut off gaming for a while. I have health problems that are cropping up, and they obviously are going to take a priority. I have to keep trying to run the channel, but I don't imagine myself never gaming again. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I'm not quitting gaming, but it's like I'm taking a break. If Sony continues down this path, which it seems like they are, I'm definitely not doing anything with PlayStation. Like, am I going to become a PlayStation hate channel? I don't think I'm going to become a PlayStation hate channel. No. But now it's like, that energy that I had towards Xbox and their decisions, like, it's going to be the same for Sony now, where it's like, I realize you guys are just as fucking villainous. You guys are just as evil. You guys, your intentions are just as bad at the end of the day. And I can't unsee that now. And I don't necessarily know it's about propping up any company or any corporation anymore, as much as it might just be finding the hidden gems. The little wins, the games, the publishers that are trying to do the right thing here and there. Looking for that stuff, Cisp, you're saying, MBG, will you be boycotting Rockstar and GTA 6 also going forward, since they made their game digital only on all platforms? Why focus solely on Sony? Yeah, I'm not buying GTA. I'm sure you guys will let me know how it is. I can always just watch what I want to watch on YouTube if I'm not interested. This is why I'm saying, like, I've been, like, this shit's broken me, dude, where it's like, people can call it dramatic, people can call it whatever. It's like, no, man, like, I'm not going to let myself be spit on by these companies. I know. Like, it's just too easy, isn't it? It's just too easy to be like, nah. I'm just going to buy it anyway. I'm just going to go all digital. It's just too easy. Because, and they know that. They're like, yeah, suck it down. I'm like, no, dude. Titus, you're saying same as Kyle said? And we have, again, the $100 super chat. Thank you so much, that Ride or Die Jedi guy. Thank you so much. He says, guys, this goes bigger than just games and consoles. Sony's trying to set the tone for anyone who has a digital store. Hashtag, we're not going to take it anymore. Hashtag Anthem, hashtag fuck around, find out. Yeah. Yeah, like so Sony's hoping that all these other companies are like, you guys ready? We're leading the charge. Sean, you're saying, did they clarify if the fight stick controller is physical or digital? It's digital only. So in Arcane, you're saying, MBG, someone mentioned Evercade Nexus. What is that? New home console or handheld? What company? Who made it? OS? I'm not sure. Looks like it's $200 US. Evercade Nexus is the new premium retro gaming console designed for the Evercade ecosystem and the best way to play 32 and 64-bit games. Oh, well, there you go. It's $200. I never heard of it either. It's the first time I'm hearing of it. All right, listen, guys, don't drop any more super chats. I think I missed okay, I got one more super chat here, I believe. I know that's weird for me to say. I'm telling you not to drop any more super chats. Don't drop any more super chats or direct donations. I'll tell you why in just a sec. Kyle say stuff. You're saying my problem is I have a Switch 2, PC, and Steam Deck, but I choose PlayStation for its exclusives and GTA 6. I have no other options to replace Sony at the moment. And that's fair. That's fair, you know? Like I said, everybody's got to make their own choices, man. I think I did get a direct donation from Walroy. He says, it's like waking up from the Matrix going back to ignore everything. It's a bitch. I'm glad you woke up. Though, fuck corporations, pirate mode. Your PS5 out of dude. Yeah, I'm going pirate mode. I don't know. We'll see. Guys, the reason why I'm telling you not to drop anything is because I'm very sorry for this. I have to end the stream. I'm not feeling well right now. Like, at all. To a point where, like, I'm getting a little concerned. You know? Like, I've been trying real hard this stream to just, like, not, you know, not come off any different, but I'm having a very difficult time right now. Symptoms, like, it seems to be with my eyes. I'm not, like, I barely been able to look at the chat because I keep, every time I, like, look at the chat and it's moving, I'm starting to feel like I'm getting fucking dizzy. I'm having some lightheadedness. I was having it prior to going live, but I was like, you know, maybe it's just my nerves or stress or something, you know, but it's like, no, dude, I'm just sitting here chilling, talking to you guys, like, but I'm not doing good. I don't have vertigo. No, it's not so much vertigo. Well, I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel like the room's like spinning, but it's like, I just keep getting this kind of like, if I move my head too much or if I move my eyes too much, I guess maybe it would be vertigo. I'm very confused about the difference between vertigo and feeling lightheaded or woozy. It feels like the same. Is it a panic attack? No, there's definitely something happening to my nervous system. I've had panic attacks in the past, though. I know what a panic attack feels like. This isn't that. This is like, it feels like something's being, like a lever's being flipped that shouldn't be. Michael says, bye, MVG. Geez, yeah, say it like that. The world will heal when you do MVG. Yeah, dude, it's that gaming's dying. I'm dying. I don't know. No, it's not sugar trouble. I just I've been having to monitor my blood sugars just to make sure that's not what it is. It's not. My blood sugars are fine. When I'm fasted, when I'm eating, they've been perfectly fine. This is very peculiar. Like it's really strange. You know it's yesterday I had this feeling in the morning, but I went about my normal routine. And then, I did my stream yesterday, and by the end of my stream I wasn't feeling too great. And so after that, I just I ate some dinner and I just laid down a little bit, and then I felt like fine. And I was fine for the rest of the night. But then I wake up today and I'm like this again. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? NyQuil and homemade food. Rest well, brother. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I apologize. Like, I don't want to leave. That's the thing. The only reason is because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I like I told you guys, I was at the hospital like a week and a half ago, and they didn't see anything. Like, they're like, listen, there doesn't seem to be anything life-threatening. We ran some tests, and you seem to be okay. But there's something wrong with my. They were saying like, yeah, you got something wrong with your C6 and C7. So, Shadowlink, you're saying, MBG, how many times do I have to say this old man cut out the shitty food snacks and eat whole foods? Mrs. MBG will 100% support this. Eat completely healthy. That's the start. Come on, man. All right. From this moment, I'll try. I will genuinely try, Shadowlink. Tell you guys not to support, and your support more. Turk Kratos says, since you're done with new gaming, you just stay on PS5 for life. You already said you're definitely not getting a PS6. Going to be the only YouTuber not playing GTA 6, perhaps. That's why I'll stand out. Look at this crazy motherfucker. He ain't playing GTA 6. What's wrong with his ass? No more weights. I haven't been lifting weights. No, yeah, I don't want to worry anybody. Like I'm trying not to worry myself. It's just I cannot deny that I'm sitting here and I feel a little bit faint, Like I don't know why. So I apologize, guys. God damn it. I knew that. I hope this isn't something worse or something real bad, because nobody wants to get sick. Obviously, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to be sick. Eat chocolate churros. Shelling's gonna fucking slap Soul 9. What has Sony done to you, bro? What did they do to me? No, I'm telling you that the timing is fucking coincident. I was already having issues prior to any of this. That timing though, right? Please go rest up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Shit, man. Well, listen. Before I go, I really do want to thank you guys. I'm gonna go rest for a little bit and see if this passes. I mean, stress. That's the thing. Like, let me tell you this. I just want to say this real quick. Is it stress? I don't doubt the effects that stress can have on the human body. I know firsthand the effects stress can have on the human body. This is too on and off. That's what's weird about it. That's what, I'm fine for 8 to 9 hours yesterday evening and last night. I'm fine. To a point where I'm I feel perfectly fine. What is I was talking to Mrs. MBG about it. I'm this is fucking weird. Was I passing a virus? Did I just pass the virus? What's going on? And then today it's I feel nothing like I felt yesterday. I feel awful. Truly awful. I'm telling you guys, I know I sound like a broken record. I keep talking about it. I'm putting all my hope in that MRI that I'm getting. I'm hoping. But because it's I hope that fucking tells me that yeah, your spinal cord is probably, it keeps getting compressed and uncompressing and then compressing and then uncompressing, and that's what's doing this. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there at this point. Who the fuck knows? But I feel bad because like I want to talk about this shit with you guys. You know, like I want to stream longer, but Sir Digital, you're saying I'm gonna play Sony first party exclusives for both of us. MBG, I'll even platinum them for you. Thank you, man. Wait, no, stop. Zanarkane, you're saying MBG. Why is your PS5 on display on the shelf? Is it resting? It's 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 gonna be there to show that like I'm not playing it. I'm taking a break, and you know, if Sony really decides that they don't want to change course on this, I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with it after that. But leave Twitter, that's a curse. Dude, I haven't really been getting stressed. You know, this is the weird thing. Like, I don't think it's stress. Like, I am stressed to a degree, but I'm stressed because of the physical symptoms I'm experiencing. You know, that is causing me stress, where it's like, I don't like how I'm feeling. It's making me feel bad and worried, you know, that something might be wrong here. I do not feel stressed. Like, you know how I told you guys yesterday when I ended my stream, I was starting to feel not great. And I'm like, I'm going to go chill now. And within like an hour, I put out a video last night because that's how fine I felt. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I want to go make a video. I wanted to make a video earlier. I wasn't up to it. And, you know, I just, this fucking, it's like a switch is being like turned on and off, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And this shit ain't normal. Like, it's not normal to just try to go about your normal everyday business. And it's like, I'm fucking dizzy. And I'm like, yeah, oh, Jesus. And I feel like I'm fighting to function. You know? Physical, you say. I'm sorry. Like, I'm so fucking. Do I have a primary care physician? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be getting an MRI for my neck and my spine. I'm going to be seeing a neurologist. They said I need to see probably an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat specialist to check my ears and shit. But that's like booked out till like October or something. So I'm like, okay, that's going to help. Oh no, Sir Digital Dude, you're saying, MBG, you gotta play GTA 6 at least for your cousin. Don't do that to me, Digital Dude. Don't do that to me. Oh, he's doing it. Don't do that to me, brother. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. That's really hard. It's like, that's bullshit, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. Kind of a sick comment to make. I mean, yeah, it's maybe not in the best taste, but I understand where he's coming from because I did make a big deal of it. But, you know, I'll be completely honest with you guys. There's a part of me I've noticed lately that, like, well, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a sick comment. It's like, I don't think he doesn't mean offense by it. He's pointing out that, like, yeah, I've talked deeply about the importance of Grand Theft Auto and my late cousin and how important it is to me and how important it was to him. But what I can say is that, like, as we've been getting closer to GTA, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I'm starting to get freaked out. Like, I didn't want to talk about it, and I'm it's not really too much to talk about, but I'm like, I start to notice, like, there's almost like a little bit of resistance within me where it's like, this is reminding me too much of my cousin. Like, I'm like, it feels like when I see GTA 6, there's like this shadow behind it that I can't, you know, that I notice, and it's like, oh wait, yeah, he's not here anymore. And all those ideas in your head that you had that it was going to be you and him and your friends, you know, being on GTA Online and talking about it and going crazy and having fun. It's like, that's not going to happen. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like it's not something I thought about too deeply, but I kept noticing, like, I think I'm getting a little bit triggered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm getting a little bit triggered here, like psychologically, where it's like, oh, I miss my cousin, dude. You know? And I don't know. I don't know how much of this is stress, how much of it isn't. I'll find out. You know, I'm gonna get my body checked out. I'm gonna get all the tests done. And if I find out by the end of it, it's like, bro, you're just mentally and psychologically fucked, I believe it. I'd be like, yeah, okay. I believe that. What do I do now? Hold on, Sony tweeted. Oh, son of a bitch. I just want to go. Let me see. They fucking tweeted again. They tweeted the monthly games. July monthly games. Now's the part where I passed out on stream. Bro. I'm just going to reply right now. We want physical game discs. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got in me. We want physical game discs, you bitch. All right, let me come back to the chat here. Zenarcan, you dropped the super chat and you said, MBG, nice to see Tom from Moore's Law is Dead is fighting for physical games on PS5 and PS6. We need big YouTubers fighting Sony physical games forever. Yeah, and I saw Mystic put out another video yesterday. Mystic's video, he was more animated than I've seen him. You know, he seemed pissed, man, and good. AMBG commenting after 4 years. Been a follower of your channel since December 2019. Hope you're doing well. I wish I could say I was doing better. Yeah, I'm still in the midst of trying to contemplate if I have to end the stream or not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just like sitting here like if I just like push through it, I don't know what to do. Neo Arcadia, you're saying Sony will realize the juice the juice is not worth the squeeze. New viewer, hi all. Yeah, well, yeah. So guys, we might have some new viewers. I've been getting a lot of subscribers, which thank you guys. Like this reminds me of the Xbox situation back in like 2018, man. You know, it reminds me of that where like people were like, "Oh, you just did this for views." It's like, bro, I was an Xbox channel and I was a small Xbox channel. I literally thought I was ending it by being like, "Guys, I want to go play on PlayStation now." I got very lucky that like, no, people actually were excited to see you do that. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay, this is great. You know, like that was good news for me. But you know, this one feels tougher because it's like, I don't want to be like, you know, people are saying like, we want you to become an all gaming channel. And it's like, that would be great, but I have to like get excited about gaming again. Maybe I just have too many things happening in my real life on top of things that are now happening in gaming where I'm like, this sucks. This sucks. Garrett, bro. That's funny. Kyle say stuff. I love how I'm like, guys, don't super chat. And you're like, we're super chatting anyway. No, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. You're saying they can release GTA 6 monthly. We will not stop. Please take care, man. I had spine problems too, but good thing is it's very fixable. Also take magnesium. Yeah, like I might have to look into some magnesium. I've had problems with my central nervous system or my autonomic nervous system before. So this isn't like new to me. The only thing that's new about it is the level of intensity and the spontaneity of it. Where like there doesn't seem to be an obvious rhyme or reason as to why I'm feeling this way. Other than my neck. Like, you know, this is where it's just like, listen, man, let's just zoom out. How do you feel right now? Are you in pain? Yes, I have pain here in my C6-7. Okay, how long have you had that pain? I've had it for over 2 months. Okay. Is there a link between having something wrong with that area of your neck and all the symptoms you're experiencing? And the answer is yes. Like, that's the thing. It's like I tend to overthink it. I'm like, I'm dying, you know, like I'm stroking out. This is it. It's over for me. It's like, no, there's a direct link between these things. At this point, I'm just dying to get this. I'm dying to see the doctor again and get these results. I'm sorry. It's fucking my life all up, bro. Like, I was supposed to come out today, raging, yelling, you know, fucking putting Sony in their place, and instead I feel like weakened. I feel afraid to even read the chat because my eyes are going to go crazy and I'm going to fall out of my fucking chair. It's like, what is going on, man? That ride or die Jedi guy says, bro, it's okay. Go rest. We'll be here later today when you rally. I don't know. I'm trying to I'm sitting here and I just want to see if it passes in real time or not. If it starts to get worse, it's one of the, because I'm limited in my options right now, guys. I have 3 options. Sit here right now and talk to you guys. Go lay down in my bed and probably just fucking, you know, either try to take a nap, knowing I don't nap. I cannot fall asleep in the middle of the day. Probably just go on Twitter, fucking typing shit on Twitter. Or go to the fucking hospital. And it's like, maybe I'll just stay here. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm like, if I'm going to feel this way no matter what, I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm letting people down. I hate that feeling. The Sparky Nuts, you're saying, take my $2, dang it. Well, thank you, Sparky Nuts. You need glasses. You're acting like you're going to die. Bro, I have glasses. I could try. I'll go get, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I'm going to go get my glasses. Prayers, MBG. This news got my man noodle-legged. Dude, it's like I go to the hospital and like, we're sorry to let you know you're suffering from... I don't know. Somebody think of a funny-ass, made-up medical term, a disease that has to do with PlayStation. I'm going to get my glasses. Hold on. I'm gonna just stay in my chair, if you guys don't mind. Just get my glasses. Oh, I got caught on the drums. Hold on. Order an ounce. You know what, dude? You know what? I don't know. What, dude? I don't know. Sony syndrome. The first recorded case in human history of Sony syndrome. Okay, I feel like shit, but you got me laughing. That's a good one. Dude. Sonyitis. Sony syndrome's good. Heave ho, dude. The first time viewers come and be like, post-traumatic digititis. Holy shit, that's a good one too. You could see the reflection. Oh my God, these glasses don't have like anti-reflection on them, so you can just see it. I don't think it's my eye. I mean, I know I have slight vision problems in my left eye. What did they say I had? It's like a normal thing that people have where like your eye isn't like, it's not completely round or something. I forget what the hell it's called. Stigma or something. Stigmatism. Breaking news: Sony made a fellow gamer disabled. Jesus. Titus with a $10. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I have that in my left eye. Titus, he dropped $20 in direct donations. Thank you for that, but I really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. I look very different with glasses. Yeah, I know. I know. It is helping a little bit though. I won't lie. I'm gonna laugh if that's all this is. It's like, bro, you're fucking going cross-eyed. Wait, what? Okay, you guys are overthinking this. Proximal nocturnal Sony Mitra. What? Okay. Titus is dropping. He's dropping three $10 direct donations. He says, MBG, to be honest, I hate Sony this generation, but I thought they would come back to us. Now I know that won't happen. Things which annoy me. Live service push. Oh, he's got another one. Titus is sounding off right now. He says, live service push. Studio closures. Just a few PS5 exclusives. Price increases for PS Plus and hardware. Bad PS Plus premium. Silence and arrogance. PS disc kill. You say, luckily, my PS Plus premium will end in September. My only problem is that I have a lot of PSN credit and cards, so I'm, quote, forced to spend it on the store. Even though I don't want to give Sony money, but I got the PSN credit a while ago to buy some games digital this year, additionally to games on disc. He continues by saying, games I plan to buy this year: The Blood of Dawnwalker on disc, Animusha Way of the Sword, disc, Wolverine, not buying. Ooh. Control Resonant, digital. I'm gonna wait just a second because I'm not sure if that was he might still be going. Man, oh, damn, Titus is sounding. Thank you, Titus, bro. He's sounding off. Final Fantasy, Resonance disc, GTA 6, not buying anymore. Beast of Reincarnation, digital. I've been a fan since 1998. And Sony just lost me as a big fan. Well, respect to you, Titus. And I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, a lot of people have, not you, Titus, but some people have been getting really annoyed with me because they're like, oh, you're just trying to like lead some crusade. And it's like, well, a little bit at first. Yeah. Because like I'm trying to rally people to be like, you can do something right now, and we don't get many of these opportunities, and you shouldn't let that opportunity slip through your hands or your fingers. And you know, we still have plenty of time going forward, but I'm not trying to like. Maybe on Twitter it comes off very aggressively this way, but it's like I do want people ultimately to just do what they want. You know, you got to do what you want. That's the best thing you can do for you, you know? I don't expect everybody to be as jaded as me right now, or to take an absolute extreme stance where it's like completely boycott Sony and do nothing, you know, to give them nothing. And so Titus, like, you know, you're saying you already have like digital currency and stuff. It's like, yeah, dude, spend it. Like, you know, don't just let it sit there. You know, like if there's games like this is where I feel bad for the devs, dude, because it's like there are great games coming out, and it's just so fucking shitty that Sony has to put us in this position as like diehard fans, as like the people who really were supporting them, where it's like you're clearly telling us you don't care. Like, we're just asking for this one thing. We're like pleading for you to do this one thing desperately. And you're like, no, we don't care. Our bottom line and our business comes before that. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, why? Like, we're just, so what's our choice? Just to accept that? And I hate that. It infuriates me. It does. It does. But that's the thing, Titus. Like, if it's like I said, if you already have this currency, man, do you? You know, like I feel like I don't want to be the person. I don't like, and I've been talking to you guys about this for years. I'm gonna come to my channel here, obviously, and I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm gonna be me, you know, and I'm not gonna hide that. But I'm not gonna like. I don't want to come off as like like you listen to me right now. Like if you're like some kind of like corporate bootlicker, I might get like that with you. But I'm not trying to like be that way with just normal people. We're like, you know, I'm just trying to live my life, man. You know, like that's not fair. Life's already difficult enough. You know, but yeah, I do think a lot of PlayStation players right now are evaluating how they're going to proceed with PlayStation going forward. Where's the Rockstar hate? No, Rockstar's just as bad. Take-Two Interactive is just as bad, dude. They're clearly in cahoots with Sony. Yeah, and that's the sad truth, Titus, is like, you know, is there time for Sony to still come out and do and say something? Yes, there is time, but like they're burning. It's the window's almost closed, man. In terms of like if they would wait months to do this, it's like, do you know the amount of fucking damage you did? They really said fuck you. Kyle say stuff with a $2 tip. By the way, Titus, thank you so much for those direct donations, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, bro. No, I was talking about Titus. I wasn't speaking on my behalf. I was responding to some direct donations that I got from a viewer. Kyle Stay stuff says agreed with Titus. Oh, hold on. Agreed with Titus. If PS5 was amazing, better than PS4, everything else is peaking. We might not be this mad. Final Fantasy is my last physical for them. Yeah, and that's the thing. All the things you listed, Titus, about what's been wrong with this generation, I've tolerated this. You know, and I only did it in the name of like, okay, Sony, you're not gonna be perfect. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna make some mistakes, but are you gonna learn from them, or do you not even view? But you know when the real wake up call should have been. I know a lot of people are gonna say it should have happened in the beginning of the gen or whatever, but no, for real, like for real, like you know when the wake up call, where like it's a good thing they released Astrobot, because Astrobot saved me. I was on the brink, dude. I was on the brink where like the whole Concord thing. I was on the, like, I couldn't fucking believe this. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Sony's this retarded. Herman Holst is this retarded. I was on the brink, and they're like, wait, no, hold on. We're gonna retroactively cancel it, refund you. Here's Astrobot, and I'm like, okay. Good fucking thing you had Astrobot, because that dude, I was so flabbergasted, just like everybody else, where I was like, oh my lord. Sony, what have you done? So Narcan, you're saying, MBG, who's the guy direct donating messages? Titus Crow or Titus? Titus. Wait, is that how you say it? My brother's direct donation message is not showing on screen. Really? I could double check. Oh, are you saying that are you saying that Titus is that his messages weren't showing up on screen? They were showing up for me. Unless you literally mean your brother. So like Zanarkand. Unless you like mean your literal brother is also trying to donate. Yeah, I never played Final Fantasy X. New Soul, you're saying MBG is the same way your bottom line matters before your viewers. So I don't think you have any ground to tell a company to consider for their consumer. Well, of course, like I understand that. Well, this is why I'm like, dude. But here's the thing, New Soul. Like, if I was rich right now, I wouldn't give a shit about the bottom line of my channel at all. You know, like let me put it to you this way: if I had like 5,000 or like 3,000 or 4,000 monthly members paying like $5 a month, where it's like like anything I get with super chats is just pure extra, or ad revenue is just purely extra, I wouldn't care at all. I'm not in that position. So I obviously I have to care about the bottom line of my channel, but this is where it's like, dude, I'm at risk by me behaving this way towards, PlayStation. I'm at risk of losing a lot of stuff on my channel. Now, again, I'm getting lucky here. It's like, okay, people are like, but it's because I've always tried to maintain a belief that like the people who support me on the channel, the vast majority, I don't think ever did it because it's like, well, as long as you keep talking about this one thing in this specific way, you'll get my support. I mean, maybe for some people, and that's fine if they got to go. But I think the vast majority of people, they've supported me for me, and the community. And I'll be honest, Nuso, like, I don't know that it's fair to compare what I'm doing here on YouTube to what Sony's doing, because the reality for Sony is they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation that has made record profits off of the PlayStation 5 generation. This would be the equivalent of if I was making record revenue on my channel through like thousands of membership, people being paying members, on top of getting, a record amount of super chats and member gifts and everything else. And then me saying, guys, I'm raising the price of my, it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to raise the price of my memberships to like $10. And then it would also be the equivalent of me being like, by the way, I'm going to stream less now, or I'm going to give you less content. It's, that's like the closest equivalent. And it's like, dude, if I was making record amounts of revenue on my channel, it would be the opposite. I'd be like, man, I got to make sure I'm, delivering, like more content and doing the best I can. But yeah, it's like, I think it's a little bit different, New Soul. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I'm just one guy out here trying to make a living, and trying to keep my passion alive, which clearly it's fucking dying. Jeffrey Gronda says, you made a cult of depressed gamers. Rip, LOL. Yeah, I made it. I did it. It's me. I did it. It couldn't be that the industry is literally diarrheaing all over the place every day. It's me. How could you do this, MBG? Holy shit, Egypt just scored 2-0 against Argentina World Cup. And Titus dropped another $5 direct donation. He says, it's Titus. It's Titus, MBG. Titus. I kind of like Titus, though. Titus. I've been saying Titus. It's hard not to read it that way. Tidus. Titus. Titus. How do you pronounce the last name? Sergeo. Like, is it Serger? Serger? I'll just stick to Titus. It says, or just call me Sergio. Sergio? Wait, is that really your name? To mention Phantom Blade Zero as well. Oh, he's getting Phantom Blade Zero. Damn. Tight us. Well, thank you, Sergio. Wabu dude with the super chat says, I'll continue to reiterate that Jim Ryan truly messed up this generation. Nishino appears to be following his footsteps with the killing physical media on PlayStation. Yeah, that's what makes this even more depressing, is like we were under the impression that Jim Ryan was as bad as it would get. And, we now have new leadership that's clear, like they're going to do better. And like literally one of the first things they do is like one of the worst things that's ever been done. It's like, what? It's depressing stuff. Like, I mean, that's the thing. People like, I'm not trying to create a group of depressed gamers. I think that people are just genuinely getting depressed at the way things are going. You know, the things that we like and the things that we enjoy, that we feel passionate about. You know, these corporations are fully weaponizing against us, where they're like, we're going to make you pay more. We're going to give you less. We're going to take away any semblance of ownership. We're going to continue to raise prices. We're going to continue to give you a worse deal. And anytime we're like, what the fuck? They're like, what are you going to do? And that's why I'm like, this is bullshit, dude. Like, we should do what any rational, you know, thinking adult should do, which is like, at least reconsider. You know, like, consider the deal they're giving you here. It ain't many bummed gamers. There we go. It's not a good deal. You know. Kyle, say stuff. You're saying Sony just offered me 50% PS Plus. LOL. What a joke. Dude, this is why I'm saying, like, you could reverse this, Sony. That's nice. That's nice that you're offering a 50% discount. That's not what we're asking for. We'll take it. That's not what we're asking for. We're asking you to fucking save physical game discs. That's what we're asking for. You know what I mean? Like, we were going to stay subscribed to PS Plus. We were going to continue, like, a lot of us were going to continue to support, because this was an expectation of ours. We thought, like, yes, this is, of course, we're going to get more physical support for the PS6 generation at the very least. I don't know, man. Someone on Twitter got a response from an old PlayStation community manager. They said they probably had marketing obligations to get the Fightstick and PS Plus adverts before they say anything else. I fucking hope. Like, listen, guys, I could accept that. That, like, if that's why this comes off as this fucking tone deaf, you know, if that's why it comes off this way, is it's because, like, no, we are going to respond. We are planning on reversing. These are just a few, like, we had like a few, but the thing I don't understand about that was, like, but that's your product, Sony. But I don't know, that former PlayStation manager, if that's true, that's the position they held, they would probably know better than I. But it just seems a little bit strange to me, where it's like, you could just delay the announcement or this post. You could delay it. You know, address the elephant in the room first. Instead, it feels like this is our answer. How could we not feel that way? You know? Concerned viewer, how are your glasses working? Surprisingly, I think it's helped a little bit. So I'm going to keep them on. I'm going to laugh if, like, how funny would it be? It wouldn't be funny. It'd be kind of depressing, but it's like, you're this messed up because you're supposed to be wearing glasses. Come on. It can't be that. Like, I mean, these symptoms are too insane. Getting dizzy because I'm not wearing glasses. Like, my vision isn't that bad. To be clear, like, the vision problem I have in my left eye, it's not that bad. Like, there are people who are, like, can't read shit. They can't even read what's in front of their face or, you know, a foot in front of them. And they're not. You know, they're getting around okay. It can be that, actually. Well, I'll keep them on. I'll see what happens. Do I have optic neuritis? Hold on. What is optic neuritis? I never heard of that. Optic neuritis is the inflammation of the optic nerve, which damages its protective myelin coating and disrupts visual signals sent to the brain. It frequently presents as sudden eye pain that worsens with movement. Temporary vision loss in one eye. No, I don't have that. I got my eyes checked. It's been a couple years, but I went to go get my eyes checked because I was noticing, like, things are getting a little bit blurry, you know, like, not dramatically blurry, but I was like, oh, you know, And just so you guys know, I am a little bit of a hypochondriac. This is why I'm like, if I just find out, it's like your nervous system is on a fucking hair trigger because you're fucking strung out. If I find out that's what it is, I won't be shocked. Because, dude, when I was having my eye problem a couple years ago, and I'm like noticing like my vision's blurry. Because I've had perfect vision my whole life. I've had 20/20 vision my whole fucking life. You know, and I always took pride in that. I don't know why, but it just felt good. I'm like, yeah, I got good eyes. And I remember, like, I was like, kept talking to my wife about it, and I'm like, what's going on with my vision? Like, this is very strange. And it was kind of sudden. That's the thing about it, is it felt kind of sudden. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there would have been a more of a gradual buildup. I mean, Xanax. Yeah, Xanax. Yeah. Yeah, dude. And dude, I was like kind of freaking out. I'm like, I probably got a brain tumor. There was a point where it's like, as I'm waiting for my appointment to go get my eyes checked, I'm like, I probably got a brain tumor. They're going to look at my eye. They're going to be like, you got a brain, there's a tumor. There's something very wrong with you. So yeah, I like am that person where like I do, at least when it comes to health stuff, I am that person that assumes the absolute worst, where like, so you can imagine in this state, right? Yeah. Instead of Arnold, it's not a tumor. For me, it's like, it is a tumor. I am dying, you know, like it is over. And it's like, bro, you haven't even seen the doctor yet. You might want to chill out. It's like, no, let me tell you. And, you know, obviously the doctors, every time I go into a doctor's office or I'm getting checked, my blood pressure's through the roof. And they're like, is your blood pressure always this high? I'm like, listen, I'm a very high strung person. Okay. Like, being around doctors, being in a medical facility makes me extremely nervous. Rick, you're saying it very much can be that bad. I have the same problem. If I don't wear glasses, you're constantly straining your eyes more than they need, especially looking at screens, computer, TV's reading. You know what? You know what though? Now that you say that, Rick, I've been thinking about it and I'm like, what have I been doing the last week? Quite literally, because I have this problem with my neck, I haven't really been active at all. I've literally just been living on YouTube, staring at my computer screen, and Twitter on my phone. That's it. That's it, man. And not wearing my glasses. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm getting hit from all angles. I'm getting hit from all... Bro's got a problem with his neck. He's got stress. He's got anxiety. He's got bad vision. He's doing nothing but being on screens. My fucking chat's going to diagnose me. You guys are going to figure it out. I'm going to go to the doctor and be like, this is what my chat said they think I have. And they're like, it turns out they're right. Have I burned the PS5 yet? Not yet. Delete all social media. Sony poisoned me. Zanarkand with a super chat says, MBG, so it was Titus. Sergio. Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why he told me to call him Sergio. I don't know why that just clicked now. I'm sorry. Titus is like this guy, man, who is direct donating you. But why are his messages not showing on screen? Oh, you know what? I think I know what you might be talking about, Zanarkand. He was direct donating me. So if you're saying like, why are his super chats not showing up? Because there's a direct donation link in my chat where that's an alternative way you can donate and drop messages to me, where I get 100% of. I mean, obviously, I want people to do what they want. Super chats are still very important to me, but there is a direct donation option as well. So that's probably what you're talking about. That's why they weren't showing up as super chats on the chat box or anything. The real problem is you don't look as cool with glasses on. Yeah, right? You have to get like sunglasses, you know? Like prescription sunglasses, I mean. That's the only way I can still look cool. Holy shit. I know. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to laugh when Rick is like completely right. He's like, You just had to wear your glasses. No, it can't be. I'll tell you what though. I don't listen, man. I'm not into, and not that I have any problems with it, but like I don't smoke weed or anything. You know, I don't do any of that stuff. I'm about to just to just light up and just see like, all right, man, let's see what this does. You know, it's not that I haven't done it at all before, but it's just like at this time, you know, like having these symptoms. Well, because here's a question I have: if you're experiencing a little bit of lightheadedness, balance issues, some dizziness, would doing something like that actually make it worse? That's why I haven't thought about it. I'm like, I just feel like that I don't know that would help. Maybe it would though. Start with CBD and not THC. I've tried. I've had CBD and THC before. CBD is interesting. I don't know that CBD has ever helped me. You have to take so much of it. THC, for the few times I've had it, it chilled me out. Certainly, like I could feel myself like chilled out, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I'll try it again. We'll see. Anyway, see what Sony's doing to me? Before you know it. Oh, Luna wants some treats. All right, hold on, Luna. Hold on. Titus Crow dropped a $2 direct donation. Appreciate you guys sticking with me, by the way. At one point, I was telling you guys to not donate because I'm like, I got to end the stream. Feeling a little bit better now. Saying pay no mind to the confirmed Corpo Stooges. Unpaid bootlickers. 100% scumbags. You're doing great and being your authentic self. That matters. Well, thank you, Titus. Yeah, and that's what I try to like tell people, man. Like, this isn't, it's not personal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I am this pissed off at Sony, dude. It's like, it's not, people think it's like, it's just for attention. It's like, no, the fact that it's getting attention is great. I'm not going to say it's not good, but that's not why. It's just making me realize that, you know, if things have truly gotten this bad, even with PlayStation, you know, they're supposed to be the leader in a lot of ways, and it's gotten this bad. It's like, so much of what has been said, I fear may actually be true. And, you know, I think this is part of the reason I've been pushing it off. I've been like, get away from me, because it's like, I know that if I realize it's true, like if I see that, if it is true, it means my engagement, my interaction with the games industry is going to be a little bit different now. And that things really have changed, unfortunately, for the worse, you know, in many, many ways, in most ways. Sean, you're saying, I worry that some developers follow Rockstar's path with digital before GTA 6's release. It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing can now. My 2026 wish list will purely be based on if it releases with a disc now. And yeah, that's the position they put you in. But your cutoff date is January 2028, Sean. Keep that in mind. Cupcake with a $7 chat says, I heard your most recent video where you said you won't buy the PS6. Will you be reviewing new games from PlayStation? I mean, at this moment in time, the answer, I can honestly tell you the answer is no. At this moment in time, I'm still leaving the window open. Like, if you listen to my video today, I am pissed, and I mean every fucking word I say. I don't want to be unreasonable though. It's like, if Sony comes out and they're like, we're fucking sorry, like we're listening, we're gonna listen to you guys. We made a mistake. We fucked up. Fine. It's not gonna make everything better. It's not gonna make all the problems go away. But it's like, that's the W I'm looking for, because it's like, we fucking did it. We let our voices be heard. Unfortunately, some people are gone for good, and that's on Sony. That's Sony's fault, you know? And I'm going to be one of those people if they don't fucking do something. But today, them just coming out and having 2 posts on Twitter after almost a week of ignoring their fans, it just feels like a giant fuck you. Adds insult to injury. So, you know, again, I'm not saying I'm never going to play games again. That's something that's going to take time for me to think about. You know, I'm taking it one step at a time, one day at a time. You know, if I was truly going to quit gaming, guys, I would have to have an honest conversation with it, myself and everybody. Gaming is you know, I've been gaming since I was like 3 or 4 years old, man. Like, it is literally ingrained in my life. It is part of who I am. And I've never envisioned myself quitting. I could see myself taking a break for sure. And I think that at the rate things are going, that might be what happens for a little bit as I kind of like plan out where, you know, what I want to do, where I want to go, how I want to game. Cause it's tough, man. Like I said, it's tough. Like, it sucks. I don't fucking want to walk away from 60 platinums that I've earned, you know, my entire library of games. But it's like, it's either that or send Sony the message. And that's really what it comes down to, guys, is it's like, you know, people, they come to me and they're like, don't you understand this? The market has spoken at BG. The market spoke and they said we want digital. And I'm like, I get that. But what about the 15 to 20% that said we want physical? That's the point. It's not about denying that digital is dominant in the year 2026. It's not about denying that most people do want to buy digital now. It's about the 15 to 20% that don't. And the fact that Sony's like, we do not care about that. We don't care about that 15 to 20%. You guys can fuck off for all we care. We're gonna force you. You know? And that's why I'm like, you don't have to do this. This is too much of a show of force, Sony. And to the people who are like, just give it up, man. It's the future. It's like, give it up? Like, give it up? After everything we've already given up, take this too? The last thing? I want to show you guys this video. Listen, I'm going to read these super chats while I'm feeling up to it. I got to show you guys this. People need to understand this. Give me a second. And if you drop the super chat or direct donation and I haven't read it, I will. But while I'm thinking about it before I get too distracted, I got to show you guys this. No, that's the wrong one. Hold on. All right. Here's what I need to show you guys. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I need you to watch at least the first couple minutes of this. You guys have to watch the first couple minutes of this because too many people don't understand this. And I'm hoping that more and more people see this. Okay. Sorry, it always takes me so long. Here we go. We're only going to watch a couple minutes, but you got to see it. Sorry, I have to block Luna. I'm sorry. Maybe hold on. Maybe I can move my camera more. There we go. All right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I think it's pretty much done and over with. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I was kind of hoping throughout the course of this week that there would actually be some changes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ryther.
Sony would kind of wake up and, you know, be like, ah, guys, we're not going to take away your.
I'm sorry to hear
games.
that right there.
We're
That's
gonna give you options. We're going to let you purchase your actual.
my condolences.
Nothing changed actually. To be real with you,
Okay, hold
ladies
on
and
though.
gentlemen,
Why is
I
the volume
think
so
it's
low?
Pretty much done.
Okay, so I don't know. My volume is turned up as loud as it can for his video. I'll try to like move my mic away from my mouth so I'm not as loud. But I don't know why I don't know why the volume's so low.
And dusted. And one of the reasons for that is obviously, for anybody that hasn't been following this, Sony, in their infinite wisdom, has committed effectively brand seppuku, where, for years, you were purchasing your PlayStation games on the old discs, and now, after
Ray,
2028,
remind
you will
me
not
to
be able
watch
buy
that
discs
at the
anymore.
end.
Now, I'm somebody that loves gaming media, right? I love purchasing my fucking video games. In fact, most of the games that I play are actually disc purchases that I make. So, before we go into this, I want to just start off with establishing a level of facts. I have been kind of like seeing the stupidest takes imaginable for the last few days. Now, why are discs super duper important, right? Well, if you go back to the year 2011, Sony actually had a huge PlayStation Network hack, right? For a long time, people couldn't even access their PlayStation Network accounts. And I don't even think they could even download their games on the old PlayStation 3. Now, in 2026, we are talking about them getting rid of discs. Now, why are discs important? When you purchase a PlayStation game, and you see how I got a PlayStation 5 game over here? Because I'm not going to sit here and listen to some fucking like troglodyte tell me, Magmuna, the game isn't on the CD. What, are you stupid? So I'm going to make sure it's visually known to the fucking window licker in the audience that as long as a disc doesn't say internet required on the front and the back, what's inside this fucking case is the actual game. See, you can disconnect a PlayStation 5 from the internet, get rid of all of your network settings so it can't talk to Sony servers. Then you put the Blu-ray into the console, and you can see that there's a progress bar that starts. That progress bar is downloading the game from the fucking disc to the console's hard drive. Now, do you understand how that works, right? A file transfer means it goes from one storage medium to the other. It doesn't touch the internet servers. It doesn't download anything. But Milda, what about the day one patch? Without that, the game isn't playable. It actually starts and you can get to the very end of the game without needing the fucking day one patch. Here's another great example, by the way, okay? Here's Cyberpunk 2077. Right now, this game sold 40 million copies. It's basically what, like a top 20 selling game of all time? This is the original PlayStation 4 like disc copy of it, okay? You see these discs? This contains the original fucking fecal matter that CD Projekt Red shipped day one. Now, you can disconnect yourself from the internet. You can put these fucking discs into a PlayStation 5. You can install it all the way from disc 1 to 2. And you can launch, by the way, one of the most broken fucking experiences. The fact that CD Projekt Red advertised the PlayStation footage to look like this, when in all reality, this is one of the most broken fucking releases, is insane. But you can play this all the way from start to end. I actually like this copy of the game. You know why? Because what I play right now on the actual PC with mods and everything,
There's a few more minutes.
Game quite a fair bit. But you can see from the beginning in sterling shit quality what it started with, right? This is an archive of what CD Projekt Red was actually selling to us for $60. But even in this broken manner, you can play Cyberpunk 2077 all the way from the start button to the fucking final endings of the game. Will it crash 40 times? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are there going to be game-breaking bugs that you may find? Sure. But it's actually 100% playable from the beginning all the way to the end. So you got multiple ranges of fucking games that support it over here. So really, why is this not going to change? Why is Sony kind of committed to it? So anyways, I was looking a little bit further into it, and one of the largest disc plants that Sony has.
All right, well, that was the important part that I wanted to play for you guys. Because yes, like it is true that many games, well, I don't know if many is the right word to use. I don't know what's going on up there. I don't know if many is the right word to use, but there absolutely are these games that like Cyberpunk 2077, where it's like, good luck trying to actually enjoyably play that game in an enjoyable manner without the patch. But the point he was making stands, is that the fucking game is on the disc and you can disconnect your console from the internet and play it. That's the point. Oh, the Mighty Keith video? Yeah, we got to do that one next. But that's the point. And I got a couple super chats I got to read. But I'm just saying, like, this is where people need to understand the vast majority of PS4 and PS5 games are not Cyberpunk 2077. The vast majority of PS4 and PS5 games are actually the opposite. Like, they're very playable in the 1.0 state from start to finish. You know? All right, hold on. All right, we got to find Mighty Keith. God, I am still dizzy, though. Jesus. All right, let's see. You know what? Before we watch Mighty Keith, though, I need to make sure to read these super chats. I've been keeping people waiting long enough. I'm sorry. We have Zenarkand. He says, MBG, just know I pronounced Titus. Or I'm pronounced Titus. Titus. God damn it. Main character from Final Fantasy X. Tidus. Am I correct? An acceptable pronunciation. Tidus. Sounds wrong to me. I'm just gonna call him TD, bro. Like, I'm so tired of these damn Final Fantasy ass names. Cupcake says, we are going to an all-digital future. Should we demand better purchasing power from Sony/Xbox, meaning better return policies, better ownership policies for gaming licenses? Yes. Yes, that has to happen irregardless of what happens to physical discs. We need better digital ownership rights. But it's going to be a long, long time, Cupcake. It's going to be a long time. It's pronounced today's. Oh, man. And Zenarkand, thank you so much with another chat. You're saying, Final Fantasy X fans, including me in the chat. Any more? Auron? Bro's dropping more Final Fantasy names on me. This is it. Now's the time to choose. Die and be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow. Now's the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands. Thank you, Zenar. Yes, that's what we needed to hear right now, Zenarkand. That's what we needed. That's heavy. I agree. New Soul 9 says, MBG, my example stays accurate, by the way, because you and a corporation get affected by inflation and price fluctuations in the market. Having billions is irrelevant when you have investors that immediately expect. I mean, I do get what you're saying. Like, I made this joke to Mrs. MBG last night or yesterday at some point. I was like, what's up with these billion-dollar corporations acting like, they're not billion-dollar corporations? Like, all their money's just going to go away. But it is a little bit true. It reveals the volatility of end-stage capitalism and the market, in that, like, Sony is more afraid of their investors getting scared off and leaving than they are their own customers. Okay? And that's a whole nother problem. And that problem is more deeply ingrained in yes, the capitalistic nature of all of this. It does reveal that the problems do transcend just gaming and just Sony. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I can say this fairly. I've been understanding of that for 6 years with Sony. This is a bridge too far. Like, this is where I will turn to the Sony shareholders and also say, fuck you. Like, I mean, the big ones, like the ones that Sony's afraid of losing. It's like, fuck you guys. Because now you're against us too. You're weaponizing your investment into this company to the point where Sony is like, I mean, the blame is equally. This is why I'm saying, like, if we were to show, if everybody band together and hurt Sony's bottom line for a long enough period of time, and Sony had to present that to their shareholders, it's like, I'd rather see the shareholders get spooked because we fucking left, not because they're afraid Sony's not going to be able to squeeze every last fucking dime from us, you know? But I understand your greater point, New Soul. You're not wrong there. Like, these companies can be fucking gone in an instant if they, if they plummet. But that's not my problem. Like, I am the customer. I am the customer. I am the person whose money they're trying to get. And it's like, you need to worry about us before the investors, because if the investors are too fucking stupid to realize that you got to keep the customers happy to get more of their money, then that's a them problem. That's an investor problem. And Sony, it's fucked, man. But that's the thing, is it's like, what has changed investor mindset so much? Like, is this an expectation of investors now? Yes. And where do you think it comes from? It comes from everything else. The fact that, do you guys remember when Netflix fucking said, go ahead, share your password? And then they're like, years later, they're like, yeah, you're not allowed to do that anymore. It comes from the fact that the market has truly sent the message to not only the corporations, but now that message has been blasted so loudly for so long that it's now reached the investors, where they're basically saying, as long as you give us convenience, you can have whatever you want from us. Convenience is all we want. And look, everything has truly gone to shit. Convenience is important. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It is important. But it should not be, it shouldn't be the be-all, end-all. And the modern day consumer has put convenience above all else, even their own rights. The modern consumer has said convenience is more important than my right as a consumer. And these corporations, in tandem with the investors, kind of look at each other and are like, this is ours for the taking. It's sad. Sony should become a fully privately owned company and delist from the fucking public stock market. This is why a lot of people flock to Steam, because even though Steam's not perfect, I don't think there's any perfect place right now. If there was, I think that's where everybody would be. Truthfully, Steam, like the next best thing that could happen with Steam is digital ownership rights change on Steam. From my understanding, Steam gets a lot of things right. That's still the one thing that I think is holding them back from being like, I'm bringing the video up in a minute, by the way. But I think the only thing that's probably holding Steam back at this point, like, I think if Steam came out and said, we're giving you better digital ownership, like if they basically did what GOG does, from my understanding, like, I think Steam would fucking, no pun intended, steamroll everybody. Like there is no competition literally at all. Like you'd be stupid not to go to Steam at that point. You know what I mean? But I think Steam isn't 100. Nobody, the only storefront that I've, from the research I've done that does this is GOG. But if I understand correctly, and my PC guys in the chat right now can tell me if I'm misunderstanding. If I understand correctly, the problem is GOG doesn't have nearly as many games. Because there's not a whole lot of games that are and publishers that are on board with this idea of like, yeah, you can literally own the game digitally. Like, you could do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with it. Once you buy it, it is yours. You can literally make your own physical games if you wanted. And I feel like if Steam could emulate that and become that, that would change everything. I'd be the biggest Steam advocate at that point. I'd make my own fucking physical media with all games. And that's why a lot of people are saying, like, right now the big fight has to be for digital ownership, and I agree. But it's going to be a long one, guys. Steam, well, I'll tell you what, if we're talking digital storefronts, if Sony wants to say we're digital only, Steam is better. Objectively. Fucking objectively. I say this as somebody who doesn't even fucking play on Steam. If Sony says choose between our digital storefront or that one, yeah, that one's better. If Sony wants to come out and try to match Steam, okay, it's the least you could fucking try to do. All right. Kyle, say stuff. You're saying, holy fucking shit. Messi saves Argentina again. Crazy. I don't watch the World Cup. I'm not a soccer fan, so like I don't even, or a football fan. Video time, yeah, almost. I have just a few more chats here. Matt P says people saying PS6 and Helix will be $1,000 because of Rampocalypse. Releasing at that price would be a terrible business decision. They will probably be cheaper cloud boxes. Sony has plenty of streaming patents. Even worse. That's even, like, I realize that's even worse. You know, I was only on board with this idea of a cloud streaming alternative as long as physical media persisted with PlayStation. But now that I know what they're doing, fuck that. Like, dude, I think I would maybe not fully quit gaming, but it's like I literally just will be a retro gamer and stay behind if we get to that point where it's like most people are just engaging through the cloud. Dude, listen to me. My son, he's been getting into Plants vs. Zombies, right? And he's been playing it on the iPad. And oh my God, like Plants vs. Zombies is one of the greatest games ever fucking made. And there's Plants vs. Zombies 2. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is mobile only. And he's been getting into that as well. Bro, like EA, seeing what EA fucking did to this game. Like, you know Chomper? You know the plant in Plants vs. Zombies, the fucking Chomper that you would unlock by just playing the game? It's $5. You have to buy lawnmowers. Do you know in Plants vs. Zombies you have the lawnmowers in the back that if the zombies break through, that'll save you? And the way it was in the original game is like you just start the round with 5 lawnmowers on each lane. You have to buy lawnmowers. You have to buy... on Plants vs. Zombies 2, you have to pay $3. You have to have a subscription. You have to pay like $3 a month or something like that to have it ad-free. And I'm like, this is where we are fucking headed. Like, this is why when you saw Xbox floating the possibility of having ads in games, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? We can't let this happen to the core gaming medium, dude. Mobile is lost. Mobile is completely lost. But to imagine this happening to the core gaming medium. Blonde, you're saying on Steam, even if you beat the game in 2 hours, you can still get a refund. Sony refund sucks so bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't advocate for exploiting that per se, but yeah, that's why I tried to tell people, like, Sony, good luck trying to get a refund on anything on the PlayStation Store. Good luck. Good luck. If Sony improves that, great. But as it stands right now, good luck. You could get 10 games refunded in 10 hours before you could get even a single game refunded on PlayStation Store. You get 10 games refunded in 10 hours on Steam. And you probably still get 0 games refunded on the PlayStation Store. Exactly, Titus. Exactly. Rich Rod, you're saying me and GS just got out the Asha bath. We just got the Asha bathwater delivered. Oh my Lord. Well, Rich, let Asha know. It's time for the disc drive. Time to insert those discs. God, maybe don't let her know in that way. All right, let's check out the Mighty Keith video. Thank you guys for all the support. Obviously, I'm feeling a little bit better now. Jeez, man. Diabolical. All right, let's bring up the Mighty Keith video. I haven't seen this yet, so let's see.
Damn, Mighty Keith. And don't forget to play Grand Theft Auto 6 this November on PlayStation. It's the best place to play it. I can't wait to play this game, man. We've been waiting for this game for 10 years, over 10 years. I can't wait to look at characters, play the missions, play online, look at Lucy's feet. What was that last one? The online. I can't wait to play with my friends. Must have been the win. The only thing that sucks is I hear it's only digital now. They don't have any physical copies? That's so stupid. Get used to it. What do you say? Are you getting the $80 or $100 Ultimate Edition? Must have been the win. Because with the $100 edition, you can, I don't know, man. Spending $100 on a game is already crazy. And now I really don't even get the chance of even owning it. You should get used to not owning anything at all. Huh? Must have been the win. No, my brother. That was me. Huh? Starting January 2028, we are ceasing production on physical discs for PlayStation games. Wait, what? Why would you do this? Shifting trends, consumer preferences, bullshit. Consumer preference? I would prefer you not do this. I prefer to not give a damn. If you make everything digital, at any point in time, you could just delete 500 movies or media from our account whenever you want. Correct. Those are things I bought. Correct. Those are the things you rented. All right, so what about the people who bought the external disc drive for the PS5 Pro, huh? Since your PS5 Pro didn't even come with a disc drive? I don't know. Screw them. With this change, you're removing our choice to have a physical library. Now we can only have a digital library. Who does that? Honestly, it's disgusting. This is not how you treat your consumers, man. There's people who've been your loyal fans for pretty much all their lives.
Steam, that's funny.
Whoa, hold on, okay? Xbox has been preaching this whole digital library for like 10 years now. Who criticized them? You!
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Amazing.
Damn it! Oh, we gotta take that down. And what am I seeing here? It's saying that if your account is inactive for 36 months,
oh my
you could delete a whole account? If you're not playing your PlayStation in 36 months, you don't deserve a PlayStation. All of this is horrible. It's anti-consumer, and y'all really need to figure out what's going on in that company. Figure what out? We already figured it out. It's a two-step process. 1, we love money. 2, we hate you.
PlayStation.
Bro, I'm about to make that a soundbite. That's amazing. I'm about to make that a soundbite.
1, we love money. 2, we hate you.
PlayStation.
Oh, dude, that's got to be a soundbite. That's got to be a soundbite. I mean, shit, man. The new PlayStation motto: 1, we hate you. Or no, 1, we love money. 2, we hate you. PlayStation. Oh, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, and still cry anyway and try to laugh. Well, look at Boss. Bro, I gave you treats. What do you want from me now? That was really good. I mean, Mighty Keith, he always nails it. And he nailed it. I love the part where it's like, who would be saying this? He's like, you did this. Man. I did hear that Undead Labs got sold, but they don't say to who. Dude, I'm going to laugh when it's Sony. There's no way, right? Like, there's no way it's Sony. Sony wouldn't buy them. Like, I don't think... Because it... Wait, hold on. I actually have a question. If Sony did buy Undead Labs, I don't think they did. But if they did, like... Would they still have to release it on Xbox? Rumors it's 2K. Oh, so Take-Two Interactive. Huh. You know, I did read that whoever gets Undead Labs, they're not obligated to release their game on Game Pass now. All right, let me come back here. out of here. That's a weird one to me. Like, not having to release your game on Game Pass after, like, basically this game was promised. What about Ninja Theory? Apparently Ninja Theory was sold to somebody as well. And, you know, we don't know who. We don't know who. All right. Let me go check on things here. I'm heading over to Twitter. There's no dude, Sony is out of their minds if they don't do something. I just look, I'm going to bring this up too. I got to show you guys this. Look at this. This is what PlayStation posted today. Let's just take a look. It's got 658,000 views. It's posted at 1 p.m., so it's been a little over an hour. Okay. All right. Play has limits. Fuck you, greedy rats, and fuck your gaming limits. I've canceled my subscription. Ew, oh, jeez, man. I stepped in shit. Like, this, why would they do this to themselves? Look at this, man. Like, they were already on the fucking brink. I've been yelling for fucking for years. I gotta calm down. I'm gonna get myself all worked up again. I've been yelling for fucking years, man. Moore's Law's Dead made a video. Okay. Good. I've been yelling for years, trying to fucking tell Sony, whoever the fuck runs that company, whoever's in charge of things, like, your goodwill, you're burning it. You're burning it alive. You don't care. You're pissing it all away. Like, wake up. I thought they learned after the PlayStation 2023 showcase when they look like a bunch of fucking smacked asses out here, myself included. You know? Thought they learned after Concord. MBG, did you see the founder of Arcane, Raph, when Asha posted about the studio being shopped, asked how much for Arcane and he was asking for a friend? I did not see that, no. Interesting. This is just highly depressing because it's like Sony was already on the brink, man. They were already on the edge. And this just pushed it over. Shems, a member for 37 months, says mail to order physical games. Would that save Sony's face? They don't care. Would that save Sony face? The only thing Sony has to do right now, they can't completely recover from this. They just can't. They showed their hand. They took the mask off. Sony can't fully recover from this at this point, but what they can do is damage control. They're letting it burn. What they can do is apologize, reverse. For the first time since the PS4 generation, and this is why I still don't believe it. Unless somebody gets fired and replaced, I don't believe it. Unless, like, Sony, for the first time since the PS4 generation, will have to come out and humble themselves and say, we're sorry. We fucked up. We're reversing this, and we want to make good. I don't think they're doing that. If they did, like, it would be a win. It wouldn't hide the fact that they showed their true colors, but it would still be a win because people would be receptive to that. Like if I'm analyzing the broader market and the way people are reacting, people would be receptive to that. They're not going to win everybody over. It's not about that, but it's like, dude, at the rate you're going, you're killing the PlayStation 6. I don't care what anybody says. Unless Sony has some kind of master plan to sell the PS6 at $400 or $500, you're killing it. You killed it. You fucking killed it. How are you going to sell a PlayStation 6? I was already engaging with loyal PlayStation players, even casual PlayStation players who were like, I'm not buying a PS6. This was before this. They're like, it's going to be too expensive. I'm good. Dude, this feels like sabotage. Like, it feels like they fucking did it to them. Like, it's like, why would you do this to yourself? Unless, and this is the only thing that would make any sense, unless Sony truly has, like, they basically looked at it like, you know what? There's nothing we can do next gen. It's over. We're just going to squeeze the last remaining customers for as much as we can. But that doesn't make any sense either. Because it's like, but PlayStation is almost 50% of Sony. What do you mean? Yep, we are the hardcore in here, MBG, and we only had about 30% of people wishing to get a PS6 day one. Exactly. Especially since the AI bubble will pop. Let's go see what else is being said. Horrible. PS bring back discs. Absolute ass. Nobody cares. This ain't going away. Hashtag boycott Sony. Hashtag not buying PS6. Listen, you know what? Look at this. This has 44,000 views, 3,500 likes. I'm going to give Sony the playbook right now. Send this to somebody at Sony Corporate. Send it to somebody at Sony Corporate, okay? Here's what you do. You either rehire Jack Tretton, and I don't know if that's going to be possible. I don't know what Jack Trenton's up to these days. Maybe he's retired. He's probably retired. Maybe you bring him back for a little cameo. If you can't bring back Jack Tretton, you bring back, who's that guy? Kevin? Do you guys remember during the PS3 days, they hired that actor, Kevin Butler or something? Or I don't know if that's, I think that was like his fake name, his alias, Kevin Butler. You guys know what I'm talking about? During the PS3 days, where he was supposed to be a fake Sony executive, basically like dunking on other executives and corporations and businesses. Station 6. So if you can't get Jack Tretton, which you probably can't, bring him back. Okay, bring Kevin Butler back. And recreate. It can be a pre-recorded video, but recreate. Well, I don't know if it could be pre-recorded, actually. Yeah, they'd have no choice. They'd have to add fake applause. But just recreate your E3 2013 moment, but you're dunking on yourself now. I know Sony's too arrogant to do that, and I know that would seem insane to do, but it's like, no, you do that, you make everything okay. You do to yourself what you did to Xbox. Show us how humbled you really are. That's how you win everybody back. That's how you save the PlayStation 6. You're not willing to do that? This is the result. I watched Mystic's YouTube video. Yeah, his video was good. Yeah, bring back Shuhei Yoshida if you need to. She would probably do it. Maybe. I don't want to say probably, but maybe he would be open to it. You know what they should do? You know what Sony should do if they were fucking smart at all? They would be begging Shuhei Yoshida. They'd say, please come back. Like, please, we will let you run first party. We want to turn this around. We want to film a whole, we want to talk to the consumer again. Like, we want to talk to the PlayStation gamer again. But that's I feel Sony doesn't give a shit, man. That's the thing. Like, I love to be proven wrong, but I'm looking at what's going down, and it just seems like they're like is this Hiroki Totoki, the new CEO? Is it possible that we have the worst PlayStation CEO and Sony CEO combo where we got Hideaki Nishino and Hiroki Totoki, and they're like literally the worst possible combo? I know people want to blame Herman Holst. Herman doesn't really have a say in this. Zanarkan, you're saying, MBG, you didn't read my super chat with Kyle in it. Also, read Shem's super chat as well. Hold on. Let me double check. I may have missed something. Give me a second to. Hold on. Screen might go blank for a second, or maybe it'll still stay up. But I'm gonna double check if I missed the super chat. Hold on. I think I read it. Oh, no, Pushing Polygons. I'm sorry, buddy. I missed your super chat. You're saying they had Insomniac come out and do a Wolverine post which doesn't have the vitriol burning it down. Did they? And you're right. I did miss your super chats in Arcane. You're saying, Kyle, say stuff. You're going to fight Dark Aeons and Chocobo race against trainers with score 0.0 in Final Fantasy X again. And New Soul, I did miss your follow-up super chat. My bad, buddy, where you said, I'll just read it. You're saying, my example stays accurate, by the way, because you and the corporation get affected by inflation and price fluctuations in the market. Having billions is irrelevant when you have investors that immediately expect a return and that are not satisfied, making it where you're always in constant flux of movement/growth, which is just the basic structure of corporate America. Yeah, it's an unfortunate structure. Or like at the end stage, it's an unfortunate one. Okay, I think with that, though, I am all caught up. I do apologize for... No, hold on. I still missed some. Hold on, I missed some. Sean Mitchell. I'm sorry, guys. It's been rough trying to keep up with everything. Sean Mitchell, I hope you're still here, man. I apologize that I missed your super chat earlier. You're saying, I worry that some developers... Wait, no, I did read that one too. I did... Sorry, I'm getting turned around here. Okay, we're good. I'm all caught up. My bad. The reason why it was so confusing to me was because I was looking at the messages coming through on my Streamlabs and not what I normally look at it on, which is my actual chat box. So I'm used to seeing your profile pictures with your names. Let me go check that Insomniac post though. You said Insomniac. Well, let me finish going down this a little bit. Canceling their PlayStation Plus. Oh man. I gotta save this one. That's great. Now that's diabolical. That's a good one. That Fightstick is going to go down in infamy. They think we'll just forget. Music is still released on vinyl, CDs, and even cassette. Movies are still released on Blu-ray. Despite the prevalence of digital and streaming for both, there's no reason games cannot continue to be on physical discs. Look at this. People showing off their collections. That's a crazy collection, dude. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this right here is the problem. These are the die-hard fans right now that are like begging Sony not to go through with this. And Sony would do well to look at those, even if it's like a 1%, 2%. I think it's more than that, though. I think physical buyers, I think they're getting gaslit. I'm not saying that many people have this vast of a collection, but there's way more physical buyers than we think, even if it's just occasional. You know? And we're just asking Sony for decency here, man. Like, come on, man. Supersonic Blue, you're saying your collection is huge. This is why Sony needs to turn this around. Because they're going to lose these people. And it is very disturbing to think that Sony just doesn't care. They're like, okay, bye. You know what? Knowing Sony, they look at this and they're like, we're going to come collect. Yeah, we're coming. You signed the EULA. You agreed to the EULA. We can come take this from you. Sony probably is angry that you own these games. That's sad, man. This is depressing times. CEO should be fired. How disconnected is he from the player base? We are unsubbed from PS Plus until you bring back physical games. No discs/discs with the game inside. No buy. We have to make sure we cover all bases here. No one cares. We won't be getting these games because we canceled our subscription to your ass service. Now address the disc issue. POV, you bought a PlayStation game in 2028. Fuck you. Oh, man. I mean, goddamn. It really does kind of feel like that. That's crazy. I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. They're bodying you in the comments, and you fucking deserve it. Oh, this is so bad. I will never buy a Sony product again in my life. Jesus. Hold on. Discs, we want them.
I'm in control here, and you're going to give me what I want. You know what it is. Give me what I want. You know what I want. I've been asking for it for years. You're going to give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. I'm in control.
Oh, dude, oh my God. Okay, that might have to be a soundbite too. Holy shit, that was perfect. I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love. Oh man. It's getting unhinged. It's getting completely unhinged, guys. Like, Sony, what are you doing to people out here? That's amazing. That's amazing. Why does this have more upvotes? I'm liking that one, dude. Damn. This one hits. This one hurts. This one hurts. All right. So you said Insomniac. I'm only following PlayStation stuff right now, but I'm going to be on, at the rate things are going, all this shit's getting unfollowed, man. All of it. Insomniac put this out an hour ago. I'll say Wolverine looks good, but we want physical game discs. We want future Insomniac games on a disc. Please let Sony know. There we go. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. But, sheesh. All right. Let me come back here to the chat. Give me what I want. Domino's made a post on Facebook saying they might send PlayStation a digital pizza. I took a screenshot and posted it in the Discord. Digital pizza. Well, no Wolverine for you, MBG. No, it's fine. It's fine, man. You know, we've made it clear what we want from Sony. No compromise. Don't forget to take huge dumps on PlayStation's YouTube. You guys have a way with words. You know that? Guys, don't forget to take huge dumps on PlayStation's YouTube. What's wrong with you guys? You know, I would say that it's bad for the games, but it's actually not. I realize that. It's not actually bad for the games. Because in reality, these games are getting way more exposure than they ever would otherwise. So I don't feel bad if you go to their YouTube channel and blow it up, you know, like comment on every PlayStation video. Zanarkhan, you're saying MBG, Shems remains a BT. You missed his chat. I don't think I did. I think you're wrong about this. I'll double check. Let me see. Shems. Are you talking about his milestone chat? I did read that, but I'll read it again just in case he missed it. Shems, a member for 37 months. Thank you, buddy. He says, mail to order physical games. Would that save Sony face? They don't care. Mail to order physical games. That'd be sad, man. I mean, like, Sony just had to go ruin a good thing. They just had to go ruin a good thing. They couldn't leave well enough alone. You know, I think whoever is running stuff over there at PlayStation might be totally and completely disconnected. Like, at this point, how do you not see it that way? You know what I mean? Like, everything that's been going on prior to this announcement where people are not, it's like I was saying earlier, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but it makes it, you hear Jez is talking about Xbox having disc with some kind of license in the disc. Oh, wait, yeah, guys, that reminds me, I forgot to show you something. Hold on. So this guy Panthorius here says if Asha Sharma has a golden ticket in her hand, if Helix includes a disc drive, she can make Microsoft a ton of money. And as far as I'm aware, it's not officially confirmed. Microsoft has not officially confirmed there's no disc drive. It's being reported. I said this would be the biggest dunk Xbox could ever get on Sony. Return the favor that Sony sent them in 2013. But I put out another one. It's not. Why is it not here, guys? Like, oh, look at this, by the way. Here you go. Sony PlayStation's public apology for the 2011 outage. Somebody says back when Sony was mostly a Japanese studio before they moved to California and lost everything that made them special and respected in exchange for California left culture and greed. What a fail. This is straight up what Sony's got to come out and do. This is when they had integrity. Oh, and by the way, let this be a reminder of why you don't want an all-digital future. Because you know what saved PlayStation players during this time, during the 2011 outage? You know what saved them? The fact that they could play their games on disc. Most games at that time were bought on disc. So even though you weren't connected to the internet, you could still play your games. You couldn't play games online, but you could still play your games. This company now wants to tell you in the future that won't be an option. In the future, if there's ever a PlayStation outage, you know what their response is to you? This is why I keep saying their response is, fuck you. We don't care. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit, man. For some reason, my other post isn't showing, though. Why is it not showing up? Why is my post hidden? It's here. It's like hidden for some reason. Why is it hidden? I tweeted at Asha Sharma. I said, announce a disc drive for Xbox Helix and physical disc next-gen games for it, and I'm a day one buyer. And I mean that. I don't know if she's going to listen. I don't know if she's going to listen because, you know, she's got shit she's dealing with that. And Xbox has a whole fucking world of hurt that they're in. But this is just where it's like, the opportunity's there, Asha. If you want to seize it. I know you wish you were me, says people don't like Xbox games, discs or not. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like, I would stay true to my word. Hear you. She replies, hear you. She hides your comments, MBG. If I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, I want to be honest and transparent to Xbox and Asha Sharma. I'm not saying if you announce a disc drive for Helix and next gen games on disc that like I'm pledging my allegiance and my loyalty to Xbox, but I will buy a Helix and I will reintegrate myself into the Xbox ecosystem 100%. 100%. But why? What's wrong, Titus? She's the ponies band. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. When you at someone, it only shows in the replies. I don't at people. So yeah, it makes sense that I wouldn't know that. I was confused. I'm like, what's going on here? But you know, this is where it's like, I think a lot of people don't understand. You know, you get like a lot of Sony ponies coming out here, and they're like, oh yeah, you're just gonna go back to Xbox. You're a flip flopper. It's like, dude, if Microsoft announces this, they force Sony's hand, and we all win. Everybody wins. Xbox wins. Xbox makes Sony look foolish. Sony has no choice. PlayStation players get what they wanted. We shouldn't have to fight like this just to get one more fucking gen, at the very least, of physical games, dude. But, you know, I don't know. Like, I have a little bit of hope that Asha Sharma might do something. Just the tiniest ounce of hope. Not much, though, but just a very small sliver, because she is paying attention. And, like, she's actively looking for things to boost Xbox's reputation. And, dude, this is, like, I have never seen a runway this clear, this open. This is a mega dunk. This is a mega ultra dunk, bro, that Asha could immediately, like, dude, PlayStation laid it up for her. All she's got to do is dunk it. That's it. That's all you got to do. So, I don't know. I'm not saying that makes Xbox good. Xbox has their own fucking problems. But in the name of trying to preserve this last option we have, desperate times call for desperate measures. And I'm calling on Xbox. I'm calling on Xbox's new CEO. Please, roundhouse Sony on behalf of all of us, because God knows they need it. Axe kick those, drop kick them down the steps right now. Remind them. Blonde, you're saying getting 50% discount when I try to arrange cancellation of their subscription and protest. Didn't I tell you guys? Look at that. This is incredible. We're doing it. We're literally doing it. We're doing it. I told you they were going to start panicking. People were telling me this earlier. Like, people are trying to go cancel their PlayStation Plus, and Sony's trying to stop them by giving them 50% off. Sony is panicking. Do you think for no reason at all they were just ready? Yeah, we're just going to give you a 50% discount the first week of July for no particular reason. No, dude. They need to wake up. Hopefully they are waking up, but like, we need this win. I'm telling you, we need it. We need it. Like, in the name of gamer integrity at this point. If there's a sliver of gamer of integrity left in the consumer, on the consumer side of gaming, like core gaming, we need this. We need Sony to bend the knee. We need them to now bend over backwards and be like, we don't want to lose you. We are sorry. What do you want? In the name of the king. It's depressing, man. It's depressing. I keep saying that. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's just like the overall situation is depressing, but it is amazing, dude. It's amazing to see that they're now desperately handing out 50%. We'll give you PS Plus at 50%, bro. Please don't leave. Like, just reverse your fucking decision. You're getting more and more people leaving every day because you're ignoring us. You know, it's like, what are we doing? Is there something like we don't know? I don't think so. Sony's all about corporate greed. They don't give a shit about consumers. Well, I'll say this too. I made it pretty clear to Sony. I made it as clear as I could. I put the deal on the table. The deal that I'm giving Sony, because I'm just an egotistical maniac. I'm just pretentious. The deal I'm giving Sony is, if you reverse this and you make it clear that you didn't know, you messed up, you're walking it up all back. We're just going to delete your post, pretend this never happened. No. Apologize for this affront. Make amends. Do what's right. Let us know. You know what? Physical games, and that's that. With no expiration, we're just going forward with physical games. We're sorry. You know? 10% off. No, yeah, it was a coupon. They do that. I'm not going to completely abandon PlayStation. I won't do, like, because to me it is about being fair. Like, if you do what we're asking, fine. It shouldn't have to come to this. But at that point, Sony's on thin ice. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't want to treat it that way, but like, don't fuck up again. Like, I've had enough of your fuck ups. You know? That's where it's at. Like, Sony, show respect, man, to your customers. At that point, that's what I'm fighting for. Not just for PlayStation fans, but, you know, I'm beginning to realize, like, this is a fight that I think all gamers are going to have to, not all, but a lot of us are probably going to have to assemble to, you know, over time. MBG, honest question, is this something that's going to be for one more gen, then no one fights against digital only PS7? Or what will they fight against next gen? I'm curious. I think the way this could go down is if Sony were to completely reverse course on this. If Sony were to completely say, we're sorry, we apologize, we're walking this back completely, and we're going to have every game be physical, whatever. Like they make amends. There's still two major problems in the room that even beyond the PlayStation 6, the war will rage on. Problem number one is Sony showed their face. They revealed their hand. The mask came completely off, and it can't it can't be unseen. So it's like we're always going to have to be ready for Sony to do something crazy again. But at least if they reverse it, there is that hope that if they listened once, they'll listen again. Which is why we're doing this, because they listened before. That's why we're doing this. It's new leadership, but we've made it happen before. We could do it again. But the second problem, Shadowlink, is, the problems that plague digital gaming right now, which all revolve around consumer rights and ownership, or lack thereof, persist. My whole thing with trying to preserve physical games for at least one more gen is that, sure, maybe, I would love to see physical games stick around forever in some capacity. And I wish if you listened to me previously, I said over and over again, like, I think physical games will always stick around to some extent. Even if it's just like these small companies just providing for the 1%, and Sony would be, that's part of Sony's heritage. Like, that's part of their DNA. Of course they're going to do that. And here we are. Sony said, we don't give a fuck. So that's shocking enough as it is. But even if it were to get to that point where it's like less than 1% of people are buying physical games, everybody has accepted digital, it doesn't change the fact that there still needs to be another fight that's won in the name of consumer protection and consumer rights, which is, especially for PlayStation, this is especially true for PlayStation. PlayStation is a closed ecosystem. It's a closed storefront. If it's a digital only ecosystem, then your only option is literally through them. And sure, they may say we're going to have cards at retailers and stuff like that, but that's not, I don't think that's not good enough. Like, just flat out, like, that's not good enough. What we need is, if somebody buys a digital game on PlayStation or any other storefront, even Steam, we need what GOG does, dude. That's what we need. Now, it'll never go that far with PlayStation. I don't think, maybe it could, but it's like a mountain that has to be climbed. And it's going to take so long. And there's going to be so many setbacks along the way that by the time we get there, like, we're probably talking about the fucking PlayStation 8, Bro brought out the glasses. He's for sure done with Sony shit. Perfect Image, you're saying, MBG, my question is this fine if we lose physical? What I'm getting in return and is digital, people not fighting for any rights of ownership because I'm losing. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Perfect Image, is that, like, there's no, like, I've come across numerous people, even content creators. I think even Asmongold is one of these people that's like, we need to focus on the fight for battle against DRM and digital ownership. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. But I feel like if you're paying any attention to this at all, you have to know that, like, that's a war that's been kind of going on, and it's been made almost like no progress. The death of physical would accelerate progress, but there's no guarantee of that anytime soon. So, like, my whole idea here is, like, if we can preserve physical for at least another 6 to 8, maybe 10 years or more, if we really fight hard enough for it, that's a long time to try to actually make meaningful progress on the digital front and on the digital side. And at the very least, like, if you're not overly concerned about that, at the very least, it's like, well, we have that like, I'm just trying to tell people, like, you give up digital today, there's no promise, or sorry, you give up physical today, there's no promise you're going to have digital ownership tomorrow. there's no promise you're going to have digital ownership 5 years from now. If you ask the question, will we ever have digital ownership? Yeah, probably. Timeline, your guess is as good as mine. However, we have something in front of us right now that gives us that. It's in our hands right now. It's on my shelf right now. It's on your shelf right now. It's in every store right now. Every store that still sells physical games. It's on Amazon right now. We still have that. This is why I'm saying, like, they're I think there's a reason they're trying to strip it away so viciously, so quickly. Because I think Sony knows it's going to be a long time and a lot of litigation. It's going to be a long time before they're forced, truly forced by law, to give you ownership on the PlayStation Store of digital games. And I think what their plan is to squeeze every PlayStation customer as aggressively and violently as they can for as long as they can before the law catches up with them, before legislation catches up with them. That's what I think. I think Sony knows that they can't do that forever. But again, what's the timeline? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? What is it? No one will tell you because nobody knows. Sony's forced to keep making discs. Most discs are going to have the entire 1.0 version on it. You turn your console offline. I'm just saying, like, this is why I'm fighting this fight the way I am, where it's like, don't let them get away with this, guys. I'm trying everything I can, even at a time when I'm not feeling well. Trying everything I can to get them to stop this shit and reverse it, because if we cross that line, I don't think it'll necessarily be January 2028. I think it'll be by the time the PS6 officially gets revealed. If we get to that point and Sony hasn't reversed course, they're going through with it no matter what. Like, they're dragging it over the line. That is January 2028. And when that happens, physical games are forever dead. Unless Microsoft is like, don't worry, we got you, bro. And Nintendo, to be fair, I don't want to disregard this. Nintendo does have physical games. Every first-party Nintendo cartridge, the entire game is on the cartridge. It's true physical, you know. The problem is with third parties and the key cards, where it's like, it's kind of this weird hybrid situation where, like, only, like, half the games are not truly physical and half are. And, you know, it's like, if we're being realistic and we look at the direction it's going in, like, I think we kind of know which direction it's going in. Third party don't always make them truly physical. Game key cards are like a teaser for the real thing. Still better than what Sony's doing, but yeah. I mean, look, dude, we're already dealing on the PlayStation side of things with discs. We're seeing more games put internet required on the box for, like, single player titles. And that's another way where it's like, it's like, stop. Fucking stop. Just let us own the shit we're paying good money for. We're paying, they're asking us to pay $80 now, guys. $80, dude. In a lot of cases, $100 to get the full experience. Yeah, Tarnished, I saw that. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Resynced, internet required. It's like, give me a break, man. And I try not to, like, hyper fixate on this because they're usually, like, fringe cases. Like, not, like, most games aren't doing that are single player. Most games are on the disc. You know? No, it's okay, Tarnished. You're good. Most games are on the disc. It's just like, I know we've been like critical. Like if you look at, I know a lot of people are like, well, Microsoft isn't going to do it because look, Microsoft is shipping most of their games not even on the disc. They'll let you buy a disc version even on PlayStation, and most of the data won't be on it. And I'm like, yeah, but they can change that. If it's in the name of dunking on Sony, they'll be like, let's change that. Sony were the good guys here in this case. Believe it or not, this is like one of the last things that Sony like actually was doing right. And it's why I called it one of my core pillars of like, this is why I still do stick with PlayStation. And I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding, guys. I'm like, this matters. This is meaningful. It may not mean that much to a lot of people at this point in time, or most people, but it means something. And to see Sony just snap it in half and throw it away, it's like, if Xbox is smart, they'll announce physical close to next-gen launch when it's too late for Sony to change plans. Ooh, that's nasty. Jez was talking about a disc with a license on it. What sense would that even make? A disc with a license on it. We're so stupid, dude. Gamers are so stupid. Like not you guys, not all of us, but like the fact that we've just given this, like, and I go back, it's like, it is what Asmongold said. He's like, this is our fault. This is our fault. It's not everybody's fault. I think a lot of people take offense to that because it's like those of us who've been trying to do it right. But like the bigger picture of like, are you telling me this is what the vast majority of the gaming market wants? They want to just willingly give up their rights. It is depressing. Like I said, it keeps coming back down to that because it's like when you look at the movie and the music industry and you realize that's what they wanted. Although ironically, you can still buy physical over there. We shouldn't be so quick to give these things up. I'm not saying we have to be the most passionate. Yeah, I tried to push through, Michael. I'm still not feeling great. But I think I'm going to go for 3 more minutes, ironically. Like, I think I'm going to end it at the 3-hour mark. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I don't feel as bad as I did earlier, but I'm still not, I don't know. I'm not 100%. I don't know when I'm going to be 100%. I don't know why this is such a problem. So, Narcan, you're saying, MBG, so you didn't delete your Discord channel earlier this year as planned. What's the link? I want to join MBG Discord 2.0. Ray, if you don't mind, hopefully Ray's still here, or somebody who's in the Discord right now, because I don't have it on my PC at the moment. If you could drop that link for Zanarkand, I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't really use it that much, but the only reason I was thinking about deleting it was because I don't really use it, you know. But I was like, there's a lot of people here, and they like talking to each other. We got a good community, and I figured, you know what, I'll leave it. I'll tag it as like it's an MBG community Discord. Thank you, Ghetto God. Yeah, I think right. Oh, Ghetto God beat you to it, right? Well, there you go. Zanarkand, you got 2 links for the Discord, and that goes for anybody else. If you're here right now, I do have a Discord. Again, I'm only in there sometimes. I'm rarely in there, but I do check it out from time to time. But if you want to continue the conversation with the community, feel free. You don't have to be like a member or anything to join the Discord. I just ask you to be, respectful to one another and be kind and that stuff. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to wrap it up for today's stream. I really need to go lie down and see how I feel after lying down for a little bit. But there's different links. They should be the same. I think they're both for my Discord. You can click either one. But guys, yeah, before I head out, I do want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me and give a big thank you to everybody who dropped support. We got a lot of super chats, a lot of direct donations today. Really, really appreciate that. Drink a slushie. You're going to make Shadowlink mad. Shadowlink's, I got to eat clean. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. You know, my channel is completely fan funded. I can only do what I do here because you guys make it possible. I did put out a video earlier where my energy levels were much higher in that video than they are here right now. So if you haven't checked that out, feel free to go show that support. And the last thing I'll say is, like, I genuinely hope, thank you, Hellbound. I genuinely hope that whether it's tomorrow or later this week, or hell, even if it's next week, that at some point I can put out a video and I can put out a stream saying we won. We won. You know? We brought Sony to their knees. They were forced to listen to us, and they turned it around. I don't know that I'm expecting that, though. Don't know that I'm anticipating it, but I hope I still have some level of hope. Anyway, guys, also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter. Devil Shooter does the timestamps for all the streams. If you guys see him in the comments, give him some thanks. Show him some love. I know he appreciates it. Thank you, Devil Shooter, for what you do. All right, hit the like button on your way out. I'll keep you guys updated in Discord. Like, if anything happens, if for some reason I get worse, if I do have to go to the hospital or something, which I do not want to, but if anything goes on, I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord, or have Mrs. MBG do it and let you know. But for now, I'm just going to go rest for a while. All right? So enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or night. I will catch you all in the next one. But until then, take care, everyone.